flames in the night. So cold rocket dreams, resilience in the fold. Hedge pressure rising, the charts are bold. Dated bands rapping, stories untold. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with a rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Treading on, the pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with a rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with their AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary in all its blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
Hello friends, welcome to the stream. Good morning. I'll show up here every morning. I will bid you good morning. How's it going? What's up, Rudy? What's up? Good morning, Grand Rising. IBS World Desire. What's up, Vanilla? What's up, Suey? Good morning. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Elaine Murray. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. 98. SR, what's up? Good morning, Madeline. Hello, Charlie. Good morning, bud. Digital Nukes, Rogue Lamb. Hey, good morning, fam. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, Gabe. Good morning, Matt Evans. Too stupid to fail. How's it going? Positive Simon Fraser, Mac D. Broski. What's up? On your way to Austin from Boston for a conference? Oh, nice. Boston's a cool town. Never touching MHP again until under DD ban. Oh gosh, like I'm looking at the chart right now. It's nuts. So many so many MHP breaks up and down. No trades last night for me. I didn't do anything. Lucky me. That would have been Chip Chop City. Good morning, everyone else. Scott's, Ronnie, what's up? Peter, Relentless, Justin, Diego, ID, Lucas, Craig. Simplified Trades got in last night for it to fail. Took it and popped, wait for retest, and retesting account became history. Dude, this is like that day. Remember that day I lost like 90K? I failed 3 retests. Every time I touch it was a fail. I've had days like that before. I've had, it says, Matt, you've had 13 days left of the 1 million for 420 from bat. That's it. I have 13 days left. 420. Holy crap, I better get some trading. Well, maybe I should just YOLO long, and then hopefully Iran comes through today with all right, well, ceasefire or something, who knows? And then it pops, and then I sell the top and pay that crap. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get ready to roll. Good to see you all here. As always, welcome to the stream. Hit the like button if you can. First time here, sub to the channel. We are the fastest growing, one of the biggest live future trading streams on the planet. Me, Brad, and Neon about to add a couple more people to the mix at some point. My ultimate goal of becoming a 24-hour trading channel of all times, all places, all everything. As we grow big, as prop score launches and rocket score gets bigger. Rocket score. Ooh, well, that's a name. I like it. Well, as we get bigger and bigger, got some news announcements for you guys. So cool news is rocket score. Let's go. Neat thing is that the Go charting integration is just about done. We're releasing the license server. So we built a license server to, you know, work with exterior connections and all that, which we can actually like rubber stamp some of the code for other integrations, which means NinjaTrader's next. So we're like a moment away from being available in Go charting, which is cool. Right after that, which means you buy Rocket Scooter or Rocket Score anywhere, like here on our site, then it should work everywhere you go, like CQG connection, right? So if you bought it from us, you should be able to take it there. And then after that, NinjaTrader, and after that, all the different places we're going to go: TradingView, then Wealth Charts, or the order. So neat thing is that you'll be able to use Rocket Scooter on multiple platforms. They might have all the features, like, you know, in the way that you're used to them, but at least it'll have the indicators for you, which can be nice for some of y'all. Like, you know, it's probably not going to have the liquidity map overlays and things like that, but we'll try to get everything in there somehow. We got the charts, we got the resilience, we got the DD bands, we got all that stuff. It's going to be programmed in. That's the way to go. I need some more caffeine. I don't have any yet. I haven't had my coffee, nothing. I'm running dry. So we had a new release on prop score, which got pushed live, and that's kind of neat for the beta testers. There's 3 different models. We haven't got the data connected for the other models yet, but essentially you can now model scoring props based on the minimum first payout, the expected first payout, and now the maximum monthly payout. So you could see like which kind of trader you are, what's most important to you, and then rank all the props and score them that way. If you haven't seen prop score, allow me to show you. Our newest baby. Where did it go? Wait, hold on. Where's all my stuff? Oh, here it is. Prop score is a new thing. It's not released yet. It's still in beta, so don't try to use it. Beta is all just for testing, looking for bugs, everything else. What it's going to do, it's now going to rank prop firms based on a mathematical model that filters in everything: return on investment per the money you spend, against the time and market, against the difficulty. And difficulty has everything from the different consistency rules, the different trading limits, all built into it, you know, DLLs, etc., cash limits, all that. And it uses your own stats to modify the score based on your failure rate of these accounts. So basically there's a risk model that your own stats go into, and it will now tell you the score based on what your own trading stats are. How many times do you fail before you pass? How many times do you fail funded before you get a payout? What's your win rate? What R&R do you like to trade? 3-to-1s, 2-to-1s? Okay, let's type it in. It's going to tell you which firm is best for you according to your stats. Min model, expected model, whatever. So apparently in this type of criteria, when I put 5 attempts to pass, 5 funded attempts to pay out, a 40% win rate, and a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio, TopStep has the best minimum first payout, and Tradeify is second. You may know that this is honest because it has TopStep ranked at the top, and I don't like those guys that much. So at least you know this is real. But again, that's just the minimum payout. You can maximum payout, X monthly payout, get some answers there. What happens if your win rate goes to 70%? Who's on top then, right? 100%, who's on top then? What happens if you start trading 1-to-1? Who's on top then, right? So, you know, if I pass very quickly, who's the winner there? And again, this is just how it goes. Now you can come in. So min payout is like the fastest payout you can get. So example is the buffer you can take, or somebody has like, you can take out $1,000 of the 5. That's the first payout, the fastest payout. And so using the default model, you can come through here and look at the different ones. Expected payouts, probably what you guys are all going to model where that bell curve is. Nobody's going to like usually just make it to the buffer and immediately take it out. So the expected payouts are really what you want to look at for overall health of which prop firm is better. That's the one. Now, again, it's not fully programmed in. The data is not really all connected. We just have some dummy data for that model. Sorry, a couple of accounts, not dummy, it's real data, but a couple of accounts connected for that model. Everything else is going to be zeros. But anyways, you can say the expected first payout, the best day I'm going to do, right? The best I can do in a single day, which is pretty much what everybody's going to be using. And then which firm is better. All right, pretty cool, right? This is our new baby. And it's going to crush. We're going to put all these other little prop websites out of business. Nobody's going to care about some stinky dinky aggregator anymore. All these pay for play sites and all that stuff. We are changing the game. Good morning, good morning. So I'm excited about that. The expected live launch for this, and it's a free service for you guys, by the way. It's free. Just keep using the code. It's going to be code SCORE. And Rocket Scooter still works, so over time we're going to transition to SCORE. We now have a prop. The announcement is we now have a prop account code with every prop firm in town, literally 50. So every prop firm in town, you can use SCORE and give us credit. All the ones that we never even talked about, all the new ones that everyone else is talking about. And we're going to take all the money that comes in from that and then support this business. That way you guys, we're going to give it back to y'all in the form of a free service and hire all these people to run it. So that's the newest announcements. News you need to know. All right, I'm up to 207,823 since the last withdrawal. Remember, I got to 500,000 and withdrew 300 of it to go down to 200. Played around there. Oh, there's some kind of news here. I don't know what the heck is going on. Should I like short it? I don't even know what's going on. Let's short it. Buck. What's going on there? Somebody say something. Did somebody whisper the word Iran? What's going on here? Iran. Who's saying what and why? Why are you doing stuff? Whoever you are. All right, let's just pocket $1,400. I don't even know what's going on there. What's your Top Step promo code? Yeah, except for Top Step. So, well, and Apex. Well, I guess and the Futures Desk now. Since Futures Desk has merged with Top Step, I do have confirmation from Josh that and Raj, talked to both of them, that the affiliate program is officially going to be gone since Top Step doesn't have one. So I don't know what that was, but I shorted it at MHP. Well, actually, I just smashed it short on NASDAQ when S&P hit MHP. No idea what's going on there, but just shorted it back to like where it started. Whatever. All right, I'm done for the day, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Matt. Gotta go. Time for a nap. Is growth 25K better than the 25K flex? These are the questions you'll be able to answer, right, with PropScore when it's officially out. Once all the data's in there, you'll be able to go through and let me show you. Hold on. You go like to the compare tab, right? So one thing is we don't have it built in for you to do this yet, but when you go to the actual, hold on, firm page, to go here and then add each one of these to compare and compare them. So that's a new feature that we're going to come out in the next beta release in a week. But essentially you ask for the 25K flex versus the 25K growth, right? So you can say like the growth, I don't think there's 25Ks. You mean 50Ks, right? So an example is the 50K. 50K growth is here. 50K flex is here, and you come through and see which one has the better score. Like all things being equal. The flex is 50. Sorry, the growth is a 9, which is good. The flex is a 6, which is not so good. So overall ranking, you can see that they're there. Now we'll be able to click like add to compare and then bring them up side by side. The compare looks like this. It's going to be modified a little bit, and the compare will tell you which is better based on the pros and cons. So this is like AI generated from a matrix and rule set that I built to compare all the different scores and tell you why. I'm training version 3 of this AI in a little bit, like later on this afternoon, but it's pretty good, right? So far it spells out like pros and cons for you, like what's good and what's bad between the major differences between them. So you'll be able to say this is good and that's bad for this particular thing. Yeah, we gonna scoop, baby. All right, so I don't know what's going on with the market there. I decided to short it. Somebody saying something about something. I don't know. Somebody just whispered into a news camera. All right. So I'm starting the day off with 1,400 bucks. I don't even know what that was, but I decided to short it at MHP and bring it right back down to there for a quickie little. I don't know how many points that was. Almost nothing. Like, why not? Okay, we are gapping down pretty significantly, I'd say. And we did open up with 1, 2, 3, 4 like MHP breaks. Like the reclaims are crazy, right? I mean, it looks like jumping in. I think that since today is basically like decision day, you'd be wise to do nothing. Here's what's going to happen, right? The market's going to open and probably just drop. And it's going to probably start selling off and probably chop around. It's probably just going to go like, and then hit there and then here and then hit there and then sit there. And then the moment we hear the word ceasefire, it's going to go up, rally, 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 and then sell off tomorrow. Something like that. It's going to be really stupid like that. So just get ready for it. Haven't had a chance to look at the paper he sent you yet? Not yet. We've been so busy with the prop score stuff. And yesterday, we had to go. We got like the minute I got out of the stream, we had to go. I had to leave. So we're getting a new retail space so I can open up a Vietnamese strip coffee shop concept. And so we were looking at spaces and warehouses and buildings for like the whole afternoon. And then it was IDOX's niece's birthday, so we had to take her out. So by the time I got back, I was immediately engulfed in prop score stuff. So the paper, I'll get a chance to look at it by this weekend, I promise. Promise. I'm being a slacker, I know. And I know you're excited because I'm excited to see your findings and everyone else that submitted stuff. I'm super pumped. I'm pumped, baby. You're opening up a hooker bar? Well, that's kind of nice. Is the bar for hookers only, or is the bar where non-hookers pick up hookers? It's just totally different concepts. This joke reminds me of Worm Hat from Always Sunny. We didn't know it was a hat for your worm, or is it a hat made of worms? Which one is it? Oh, Hans Wormhat. He's a pilot. Here to listen to you, not trading today. Hey, that's the way to do it. Sometimes trading is a bad idea. I yesterday took out another $10,000 payout from TPT. I've hit max profit 4 days in a row with TPT. 10K, 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 10K. No trades on that last night. So once I took everything out to the buffer. Now I'm just like, it's going to bust. So now I'm going to make a trade, take the money, make a trade, take the money. Oh, maybe they haven't approved my payout yet. Looks like it's still there. TPT is weird like that sometimes. Like you go and you, oh, I requested the payout. Why the heck did it not go through? It's so weird their system is. Okay, it didn't go through. Let me have to request it one more time. Sometimes the balance doesn't update. Well, that sucks. Well, at least I got the buffer there. I can trade it today. The lone TPT account that won't quit. You know what I'm saying? Is a hookah bar? I mean, it could be the other kind of bar. I do love hookah bars, man. Those are cool. There's a place down here called Mary's I go to a lot. It's chill. And my friends and I used to go hang out there. Ever consider straddling the open, both long and short, to doing prop firm companies? You could. The problem is at the time it doesn't work, you bust both of them. And the open is not necessarily like a discrete run up or down. A lot of days it is. But I would say about half the time, the open does play the range. So you need to make sure that your straddle isn't encompassed by the range. And how do you know what the range is? Well, we're kind of telling you, right? That's the expected volatility. You can kind of look at the size of the V's. You know, it's probably about this size. So you'll tell yourself wherever you open, that distance is about how high or low you'll probably span, as long as the VIX stays the same. Like S&P, this is the same thing. The distance is here. So wherever we open, your distance is there. So make sure whatever amount of contracts you do, if that is your strategy, is either A, enough that you don't blow up both of them in the chop of this distance, or B, if they're not, as long as they're not trailing drawdowns, you can full port both of it, and then one of them will pass and one of them will fail. Now, be careful, is because if prop firms find out you're doing that, they'll likely ban you. So I can't advocate doing it, but I'm always going to teach you how to do it. It's not like it's illegal. It's just like, teaching you how to cheat the casino. It definitely is a viable strategy. Actually, some firms, people do it in both sides, like Funded X as an example. In Funded X Challenge, you can long half your accounts and short half your accounts. They do not punish you for that. On the eval side, when you go funded, firms will punish you for that if you do it inside the same firm. So either multi-firm arbitrage or same firm arbitrage and challenge, you can kind of get away with that. I'm not gonna lie, everybody does it. So it's not like it's not even policed on the eval side with most firms, but double check before you do it, or else if they find out you're doing it inside the same firm, you might get your accounts like not banned, but like failed. But if you do the numbers game theory, which is basically just like bias mean until you pass, especially end of the days that aren't punished by the chop, you either just make it in some and make it another. You can technically get, you want 5 passed accounts. You can do the failure thing. If it's 3 days to get your account passed, like with the 40% consistency with Funded X's example, and it's 3 days to pass, then you'll be able to do, say that you want 5 accounts. You have to half each time as half of them fail. Then you want 5 at the end. That's, you start off with 20. Day 1, you have 10 left. Day 2, you have 5 left. Sorry, 40. You start off with 40, divided by 1 over 2 to the n, which is n is 3. So you take the number of trading days. You take, actually, you take the number of counts you want. You want the strategy, take the number of counts you want, multiply it by, the inverse of 1 over 2 to the n, which is 2 to the n, which is the other way. So if it's 3 days to pass, then you take the number of accounts you want. Say I want 5 funded accounts. Okay, 5 times 2 to the n is 3, gives you 40. If you start off with 40 and you coin flip them that way, every single day you lose half, you pass half. 40 goes to 20. The next day 20 goes to 10, and the next day 10 goes to 5. You now have 5 passed accounts for the cost of 40. And if you do the math there, if there's a sale where the something is like 80, 90% off, then it becomes a very profitable endeavor just to do that, because the cost of failure is very low. So when accounts are like 90% off, that is the strategy to do that. Why sit there and waste calendar time trying to actually trade it? Just brute force it to pay out. Brute force it to pass. So if there's firms that let you do it, most of the smarter prop firm traders have figured out that you just trade half of them long, half of them short, just take the loss. And the goal is that by the time the sale is over, you've passed 50 of them, hundreds of them, and you'll make your money back on the back end. All it takes is one account to take a payout to pay out for 10, 20 of the losers. And again, you know, people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you're saying that. Look, beating prop firms, I always say, I took out $1 million my first year trading props. That's it. Put in about 200K. ROI'd 5x. It's a fun game, but it's a game. Games have rules, and unfortunately, you don't know what they are. But fortunately for you, I do, and I know how to exploit the rules. The goal of being the prop firm is beating the house. It's not beating Wall Street, it's beating the rules of the house. And kind of beating Wall Street, but you also have to play the numbers to your advantage. If Apex is 90% off and you're not burning and churning them, you're really missing the point of what's so great about the prop firm, the 90% off sale. First of all, Apex is trash, but if you decide to touch it anyways, you'll find out that when it's cheap to fail, it's like $12 or $13 to fail the account. Failing is your winning strategy. It's very cheap to fail. It's a time-saving measure to brute force it, and you can get 50 of them. That's how all these influencers put up those $1 million payouts. They did exactly this trick I'm teaching you. They don't publicize that because they want you to think they're good at trading, but reality is that's how they did it. I know how they all did it. You know why? We're all friends. They brag about it. In the friend circles, they don't brag about how they did it to each other. And everybody pats them on the back because we all know the same trick. Now, I don't do it because I don't trade Apex, but and Apex started fighting back by putting some traders on blast who did it. However, every trader did it, even though they only put like 1 or 2 people on blast. Every big trader who made $1 million plus with Apex did the same fucking trick. They all did it. We all talk about it. And so now I'm teaching you, right? Now this era of props is slowly like dying out towards like the newer, more moderate era where you can't take infinity payouts anymore. But this is how it works. And so it's not a bad strategy to do that. Just understand that props don't like you doing that. So if they catch you doing that, they're likely to fail you, right? If you do it inside of the firm, rather apart from like longing in one firm, shorting another, you do it inside the same firm, you're likely to get failed as well. Some firms don't care if you do it on the eval. Double check. Really, they don't care. It's actually allowed in some firms. But an X is allowed on the eval side. I can guarantee you that. On the funded side, never allowed anywhere. Once you go funded, you cannot do that trick in the same firm. Or don't tell people you're doing it in opposite firms either. Because if the firm finds out, they'll both ban you. So don't ever brag about it to your friends. Count your cards in secret. Today is National Bridge Power Plant Day. My favorite holiday. The day that ruins everybody's trading account. So be very careful today, by the way. What's today's bias, Mr. Rocket Scooter? Today's bias of the market's probably going to continue trying to trade up or down. That's it. Well, reality, the minute it comes down to your gamble on, do you think Iran's going to come through and say, okay, ceasefire, we're cool. Last minute buzzer beater at any moment in time, which means the market's probably going to, every moment that goes by, it's probably going to sell off, rally. And then once they come through and say, yep, we're fine, we'll come up with a deal, whatever rally comes off of it, it's going to crash. That's my thought. So you're going to be punished. You're aiming for time today. It's like trading options at this point. You know, we have to aim for time. So again, the market's going to say every minute that goes by, okay, Iran hasn't said anything. They haven't said anything. They haven't said anything. We're going to blow up bridges. We're going to blow up power plants. And all of a sudden they said something, and then, okay, the economy's still bad. Economic data's bad. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, CPI, GDP. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. Does this sound about right? I'm just guessing here, but does it sound about right? The market's like every minute they go by, it's just going to sort of like assume it's not going to happen. And then the war is going to get worse. And then any hint, it's going to pop. Your resolution, it's going to try to rally. And I think it's going to fail a breakout because, I mean, war is not going to change the direction of our economy, right? Does this sound about right? Kind of, maybe. So no matter what you do, if you get the timing wrong, you're going to take some drawdown. Example is, if you just sort of like, you know what, I bet you Iran's going to come through and things are going to be fine. Let me just buy the dip here. You're going to burn, and you're going to burn, and you're going to burn, and you're going to burn. And then it's going to happen. Take your profits and sell. I think whatever pop we get is going to die like next couple days. We got a huge news week in front of us, baby. Yeah, so sounds about out. So diagnosis, no need to trade today. This is that day where the market's going to be stupid with the volatility. And as you see, look at how tight it was on whatever random. Trump warns Iran's whole civilization will die tonight unless deal is struck. That's some really weird rhetoric to say that. Not to say their whole population will die. I'm seeing people on social media saying Trump's threatening to kill everybody there. He's saying your civilization will die. And when you say civilization, that's actually a proper way to say it. Civilization, right? This is your statues and buildings and your power. This is like the things that run your social civ sort of stuff. So blowing up bridges and stuff. I mean, imagine historic bridges that you've always had, right? This is like what he's trying to say. I'm gonna erase your scientific, artistic progress, sort of thing. It's not a threat to kill everybody, saying your civilization will die. Basically, like, I'll blow up all your technology and throw you back in the Stone Ages. You will now become cavemen again, sort of thing. So Trump's not threatening to kill people. He's trying to blow up their culture. Hopefully, yeah. I don't know if that are those. I know what the Geneva Convention says about disrupting, I guess destroying artifacts and temples and bridges and cultural things. I don't know. Is there somebody who says that a war crime? I don't know. Don't know. But anywho, that's what he's saying. So with that being said, just be careful today. This is gonna be one of these trading days where, for the most part, you'll be glad if you didn't do much. You know what I'm saying? You'd be very glad if you didn't do much. But I do think that at the end of the day, it's gonna be. I'll be surprised if they don't say anything. I feel like by the middle of the day, they better do something. Now, here's probably what likely is going to happen because it's such a time crunch. They've had all weekend to think about it. it might come in. I mean, we're going to be staring at this like all day until middle of the night, like listening to the news. If there's bombing or whatever, if there's okay, give us a couple more days, right? They say, give us a couple more days. We promise to work on it. I don't think I think the market's kind of exhausted. It just seems to be algorithmically trading that expected volatility. I think it's pretty much exhausted, as in that's going to create the effect in the market. Now, an example is anything where it comes across the idea that, okay, maybe we have a deal wherever we are and the market does this. I'm going to freaking full port short any DD band tap on good news that we worked out a deal. You know why? Because once that's resolved and off the table, we're back to where the market should be going, which is down because economic data is dog shit. We got GDP and CPI coming up this week and PCE, and all of those are going to show that the economy is not doing so hot. We had the employment numbers from the non-manufacturing unemployment came out, and it shows a massive dip, one of the lowest we've seen in a while, right? And it's just not something we should overlook. I mean, you start looking at the data. GDP was revised, by the way. Went from a 0.9 to a 0.7. It actually is worse after the revision, so it's pretty shitty. And with everything else coming out, I mean, you know, I'm kind of leaning towards the bear side of the market. And we had on Monday, the non-manufacturing PMI came in at a slight miss. Even though it's above 50, it's still a slight miss. But the employment, this is alarmingly bad. It hasn't been this low. There's 1 month in January of 2025 where it was this low. And every single other time, or sorry, January of 2024 when it was this low. And now it's 45.2, being below 50. I mean, it's kind of danced around 50 for a while, but it's really bad. This is like COVID level low. And again, it's just starting to show where we are with stuff, right? Boys and girls, don't fall asleep on this one. This is something you don't want to not pay attention to. And we got a huge data release coming out all week. And obviously got the you know, Wednesday's always your EIA numbers if you care about oil. But of course, the 10-year auction is going to be a really big deal, and so is the minutes, right? The 10-year is going to lean into idea that, you know, you can probably watch that 10-year, 2-year yield curve flip around. Let's show that. We've been seeing this for a while, by the way. 10-year versus 2-year yield curve. The Federal Reserve, St. Louis, always publishes a really nice little graph for this. If we look on the longer term scale, if you never heard what this thing is, I know it's always boring to hear about people talking about treasury notes, but this is the 10-year maturity minus 2-year maturity. This is the yield differences, right? Easy way to think about this is that when the price of the bond goes up, just think of a chart like the treasury note. When the demand for it goes up, then the price of it, or the premium goes up, then the yield goes down. The opposite. So the idea is if nobody wants the treasury bond, right? Or nobody wants to buy the notes here, right? So the price is tanking. They got to raise the yield to attract buyers. This is how, you know, treasuries work. And so the yield, when the yield goes up, it means the demand's going down. So this case, this is the 10-year yield minus the 2-year yield. Let's see what that means. So if the 10-year yield minus the 2-year yield, the difference of those is going up. It means the 10-year yield is outpacing the 2-year yield. And since they're opposite on what the premium is doing, if the 10-year yield is outpacing the 2-year yield, it means the 10-year note so it's going, okay, let me get my head around. It's always so hard to do this. So this is the 10-year minus the 2-year. So if the yield is going, the difference is going up, it means they're losing value at different rates. So the example is the 10-year is plunging in value and the 2-year is not plunging in value as much, meaning that the demand has shifted from buying the 10-year to buying the 2-year. And that is something that you see when periods of recession around, right? You're going to see people rushing into those shorter term, we got to hold off this 2-year market crash sort of thing. And anytime we've had a market crash, we've seen this whole yield curve thing flip. So we've seen it like in 2000, we've seen it. 2008, we've seen it. 1997, we've seen it. Or sorry, 1992, we've seen it. And 87, it was part of it, but it was always high. And then, of course, you know, the nice little post-COVID rally we had. And then since about August of 2024, we've been sort of seeing it build. Now, it hasn't been like this big amp up. When it gets to be about 1 or greater, start being worried. And that's really where that sort of key comes from. You're looking at the yield differences being about 1%. That's kind of you better watch your ass sort of environment. So we're not there yet, but usually whenever you pass 1%, for the most part, you're almost guaranteed to go to 2 in almost every instance, and that's usually in the midst of a market crash. So don't know if we're going to get there, but you can just see that people are finally starting to get worried about the economy until jobs market picks up or whatever. Bearish or bullish? I'm bearish, dude. I'm bearish. From here, I don't know what I'm going to do other than just kind of chill. We do have a big gap down, so arbitrage and res are going to be useful today. My friends, I'm so glad you're here every day. Don't forget to hit the like button. Do me a favor. Sub to the channel if you haven't. We got giveaways going all day today. Lucid just approved us for a 40 account giveaway. So we're going to probably be throwing those out there throughout the rest of the month and stuff. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, so somebody said the 10-year note is falling faster than the 2-year. Meaning that the demand for the 2-year is higher than the demand for the 10-year. That's basically how you read that curve. I was trying to teach you how to read it. But if the difference, the maturity difference yield goes up, and the yield over maturity goes up, difference between the two, it means the demand for the 2-year is going up relative to the 10. So 10-year is like people's normal, okay, you know, things cycle every 10 years. So, you know, short-term debt cycle, let's, you know, there's a constant demand for that sort of 10-year period. That's how long typical cycles last. So recessions usually happen once in that 10-year span. But the minute you start, look, I need some fixed income right now for the next 2 years, you're kind of acknowledging the fact that the market's going to be pretty shitty for 2 years. And if you're like in an investment firm that doesn't do any shorting, like a 401k or something, right? Managing 401ks, you need to long something. You might switch your strategy to fixed income. And that 2 years is very appetizing. During a market crash where the stock market may lose 10, 20, 30%. People jump into that thing right there. Is the close level exactly in the middle of the DD bands? It certainly is. Yesterday's close. Now the close is at 4 p.m. So it's not the futures close. It's sorry. It's not the equities close. It's the futures close. So when I say 4 p.m., I'm saying central. 5 p.m. So it's the 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central close, and it's one risk interval up or down. Don't use the equities close for it. Boom, 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 boom. Anybody else had a problem with AMP calling you broke and rejecting you? What? Never heard of that coming from a broker. Now remember, you know, companies hire humans and humans have their days. So maybe you just crossed a human having a bad day. You never know what's on the other side of other people's stories. I'll tell you something, you know, from my perspective, I'll tell you, in life, you'll always find people that are shitty to you for unexplainable reasons. I've learned as time goes by, let them be. Their life is significantly harder than yours and you just don't know it. You don't know what they're going through. Just let it bounce off you. I wouldn't blame AMP, right? I wouldn't blame them. I would report that person to them because maybe they hired some person that's just being shitty to people and maybe they don't know about it. But I never would think of, like, if somebody in my company was doing that, I'd love for you to not hate my company. Just tell me who's the employee and I'll have Farina knock him over the head with the hammer, kick their ass out of here. But at the end of the day, you know, when people say shit like that to you, let it bounce off. I promise you, there's always a human on the other side of that going through something much worse than what you're going through, and you don't know what it is. They might be salty in life because their life sucks. Every time someone's like that to me, I'm always like, man, I'm so happy my life is so good that I'm not like that to people. You know what I mean? And how dare you being broke? You know, it's your fault. How dare you be broke and stupid? I mean, come on. What's wrong with you? Idiot. I'm just kidding. Seriously. I get so many haters these days. I just learned that every time somebody's hating, I'm like, man, your life is literally making a fake Twitter account, and how many hours you spend talking to people pretending you're someone else just to make them feel bad. I'm like, is that what you do with your spare time? What do I do with my spare time? Like I'm just like laying in my bed playing my Switch deck, you know, playing video games and just, you know, building computers and having fun and going out to parties. And oh yeah, so your spare time is tweeting angry things to people? Man, your life must be really bad. Like, I feel bad for you. You know, you'll grow old with nothing and I'll grow old with everything. And oh, well, you do you, friend. And I always say that to people, you know, like, good luck with that. Somebody's like, Matt, you're such a horrible trader. I'm like, yeah, I know that. Yeah, it's terrible. Well, have fun with your opinions there. Cool with that. But it sounds like they got some kind of shitty employee over there, and you never know what's going on. But the people I've worked with at AMP, like the executives and like Dan and all the folks over there, are pretty classy folks. So you might want to send something through to the top. And AMP wouldn't continue with your Chime account. They told you to get a real bank. What is Chime? Is that like a new sort of payment thing? Does Rocket Scooter Live Equities get M and Q to display in Rocket Scooter? Trying to set it for the first time. Not equities. You have to have futures data, which means you have to plug in a connection to a CQG account that has futures data. When we get in other platforms, which are about to be in Go charting, you can actually buy futures data from them. We don't sell futures data here. Once you connect a futures brokerage account, I know we're rushing for the market opens. You have 6 minutes, so maybe just steal my levels when they come up. I'll show them to you. And you can use like QQQ or something to plot. You need a CQG account, which means your live broker connects to here and you buy your futures from your broker. Mine are from AMP. So the connections tab, you click the little chevron at the bottom, pops it up. This one right here. Connect your CQG account, buy your level 1 data from your broker. You only need level 1, which is candle data and historic candle data. You don't need level 2. And that'll show your stuff on the chart. If you want the tickers, CQG has this weird ticker designation where if you click on this table, the third one from the left, it'll have all the tickers. You type in them exactly like it is. M and Q is F.US, futures.US is just how they do it. F.US MNQ M26. So NASDAQ is MNQ. And then NASDAQ E-mini is ENQ. S&P, it's ES. Sorry, it's EP and MES. It's weird. It's EP because ES is Euro stocks and they're trying to be a global thing. So it's designated for there. How soon for Go charting? The license server is going to be launched, released today for testing. So that's the last piece. So if you, and I don't know how to train you guys on it yet because I haven't been trained on it, but essentially if you buy it from us, it should work there. And I don't know how you get it all tied together, but I'll have some instructions for y'all soon. They didn't literally call you broke LOL with nice words. That sounds like they got like one person over there just in a shitty mood, man. Maybe they're like a failed trader or something. It's worth focusing on just one TPT Pro account or try to get multiple. It's up to you on how much you're willing to spend. Now, again, I have one TPT account right now. That's it. And it's made $40,000 in the last 4 days. Just, you can get lucky being on the right side of that. You don't need 5 or 10 or however many you can do. But if you get more, you can spread out your bet and your chances of getting a payout go up when you spread your accounts out. If you do more than one, just don't copy trade them. I try to teach people not to copy trade. Like if you have 3 different pivots, play each one of them with a separate account, rotate them, trade it with account 1 there, account 2 there. If they both stop, trade account 3 here. If that stops, and go back to 1 and cycle through them that way. You'll prolong the accounts and save yourself some money. If you have CME, CBOT, COMEX on TradingView, you still have to purchase them. Yeah, like when you buy data, it's locked to the platform. The data redistributing entity, the vendor of record, has to pay like a massive license to have data redistributed to you. They're recouping their costs. So when you're buying like TradingView data, you can't take it anywhere else. When you buy Rocket Scooter data, you can take it anywhere else. That's how it works. You wish you can buy like one universal data feed from the exchange and take it everywhere you go. Oh yeah, well the exchange, they don't work like that. They're a bunch of dinosaurs over there in New York and Chicago. They haven't modernized the idea of cloud-based, you know, licensing where you can just take your data feed anywhere and buy it directly from them. No. You got to buy the same thing 10 different times at 10 different places. And it only works at that one place you buy it at. This is a remnant of, you know, before the computer era of things. So you got kind of stuck in that weird world. All right, we're about to open up with a significantly large gap down. Take note, we've broken MHP once, twice, reject and pull back 3, 4. That's weird. There's a lot of volatility. Everything today is hinging on the fact, is Donald Trump going to blow up every bridge in Iran, or they're going to buckle and give us a ceasefire? One of those two things is bound to happen. Neither of those two things are bound to happen when you expect them to happen. It's going to be a surprise hit every single day. Every single hint of one or the other, it's going to move one way or the other. So just be careful with what's going on today. I wonder if I should... so we're below MHP. My general thought is we're bearish. Even if there's good news that comes out of that, I'm still shorting the top of it. Like if we run up to DD band or whatever, I'm going to be shorting the crap out of it because the market's bearish. Overall, I think the rally's over. I think that once this is said and done, whatever we pop the next day, I'm selling it all the way back down to retrace the whole thing. So maybe we get like a big ass green candle off of this, but that's not going to repair the economy. Us not blowing up bridges and power plants in Iran, it's not going to turn the GDP and CPI around. So it's going to be a choppy news day. This is probably the day you're going to want to sit out, right? Half of you that are half of you that gambling going to pass your accounts in a single moment. Half of you that are gambling going to blow everything up. There's going to be just volatility and craziness today. We are opening, baby, in 7 seconds. And my question is, do I want to short right on that pop again a second time? I did that quickie little fun short there. Let's see. Maybe I could throw the old TPT account at it. Resilience is positive, yellow line. Okay. Oh shit! I got a horrible fill on that. I'm going to short a half gap on the yellow line of MHP. Come on, baby. Sell this off. Let's go. Got a dog shit fill there. Okay, resilience is positive, which means I should just take that P&L there on that open. All right, close that out. $4,200 profit. Let her ride, baby. That was pretty simple. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. I hit yellow line. I shorted it back down. Resilience is positive, so I closed out right here. That was a simple trade in and out. My fill was dog shit. How did I get filled so bad? The fuck? 55? No, wait, hold on. 55, hold on. 78? I got filled at 78. Oh my God. Garbage. Well, that's probably just me being garbage. I swear, man, my fill was horrible. Well, again, that it's hard to get good fills in volatility. So, all right, now we got the pockets out. All right. You got filled at 78 too? You did? Bro, we got robbed. They robbed us. They robbed us of our bounty. How did I get filled at freaking 78 of all? Oh my God. Okay. Liquidity pockets looking good. DD ratio 0.8. So every single time long setups, a bottom pocket looks fine. I did short on my TPT, the single TPT account that will not quit. All right. That bad boy is up 5,000 bucks. I'm holding that as runner. So, let's just let her die. The freaking, okay, let me take the profit there. The TPT account that just won't quit. It just won't quit. It keeps making money. Even when I'm trying to YOLO it every single day. No stops, full port. Actually, that wasn't full port. That was a 5 spot, I think. 4 spot. All right. Every single time NASDAQ. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if I want to take the long here at the pocket. This is the perfect long setup from here at the support. With positive. Oh, wait, hold on. So resilience with negative. Let's think about it. Ooh, tough. Okay, yeah. So liquidity pocket is going to hit hard resistance from there and hard resistance. We got all stocks pretty much selling off today. Negative resilience. This is not long setup. It's very scary that it can probably turn around and sell off from there. So be very careful. Shorting every pop today is the way to go. Again, until the news comes out and ruins everybody's morning by talking about ceasefire, and then the market's just going to go choppy crazy after that. All right, so downward pressure is on the table today. Dip buying only, probably a DD band. I'm not going to play the pocket here. Resilience negative 60, negative 25 is too weak for me to want to take the long. The long has resistance at the open. The open is now resistance here across the board. So let's take a look at monthly maps, see what we got. All right, glad I took that initial short there. Like I said, I'm just playing it small. Little checking little things here. But again, the news that's going to come out is probably going to have a bullish pop. So, you know, any hint of this, any sound, any freaking sound you hear over there. Anybody that goes, I heard explosions out my window, you know, market's going to just go crazy. It's listening for everything it can. Now, I'm going to mark where monthly maps are for tomorrow. That way we know where we land. Why is this not showing up here? Here we go. Oops. I'm gonna mark tomorrow's monthly map if it's lower, or today's monthly map if it's higher. Okay, here. So that's basically where the limit is for bear side and bull side market for longer term. We're on the edge there, folks. We are right there. So this pocket, that's bear side pocket. So if we lose bottom pocket, it's the market's dead. Market is dead if we lose that. Resilience is minus 61, minus 24. It is not getting better, folks. Probably continue to fall. We'll see. I don't know. That'd be 60 res. Should I? Do I? Dare I? One more time. I hate shorting at lows though like this, man. I hate shorting low consolidation. The real resistance is going to be here or here. So there's about a 60 point span. So I don't want to take 60 points of drawdown. And plus the news that's going to come out is likely to be favorable. If you think that they're going to say, okay, ceasefire tonight, then there's just a green candle that tries to rally. And I want to short that candle instead of short this candle, right? You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying? Hello? Oh, my housekeeper's here. Somebody outside. Negative ARB. So yeah, this is just traditional selling pressure here. No buy the dip of this pocket, not for me. Even though it's strong enough and it's an EST long for the scalp, I don't want to risk losing to get the scalp. I don't want to risk taking a 1-to-1 loss. So I can actually choose this. Even though I take this trade every single time, you can see how it's trying to fight here. I have the feeling that it's not time to take that. So I'm going to choose to sit out. And even though it's a 90%er, this one I am going to sit out. If there is a bull bounce, it is from here, though. The market can bounce from here or from lower band. All your cluster pivots also say resistance today. Everything is in a very bad place. So the market's trajectory is back to going down. Now, NVIDIA does have MHP support, so be careful if you are shorting this. Watch NVIDIA has a bull bounce point at 175. So keep your eye on the major stocks today. NVIDIA and Apple, both at their bounce points here. So the stocks aren't necessarily like super duper bearish. See how I'm saying? Like, I don't like shorting from there. All right, maybe I can try one more time. Half cap. Oh, wait. MHP. Oh, resilience just went positive. Wait, who is breaking half cap? So stocks just flipped around. Hold on. Keep an eye on this. Who is half cap break? Google. Right. Okay. Let's have some fun with this. Do one more time on the short and the resistance. Oh, this is the best. I don't think it's the best trade, but it is a trade. Give me a little green to play on that. I'm keeping it, dude. I'm keeping it so small today. I'm barely gonna risk anything. And the volatility is just gonna be too crazy, so it's not even worth taking a big play on this. You're basically just gambling on news and bullshit stuff. Yeah, negative 40 res again. Cool. All right. So negative res. Cool. So the short is in. Short is in. Let's go. Now the pocket's going to hold. The short's going to want to pull back. So it's kind of like one of those anything can happen sort of things. So let's see what can happen. I hate being short when the news can possibly be good. That's my one fear. Oh. And res keeps flip-flopping too. Holy crap. Holy crap. That's Google for you. Right. Okay. Let's get some play on this. Give us some love today, baby. I think your swim is acting like super duper slow right now. VIX is still way above triple B. We're still in a weird spot with VIX, and like I said, I think until news comes out, it's still going to try to trade around. Now again, stocks are flipping positive resilience, so it's probably a not a good trade to be in, but I'm still going to take the risk on it. It's literally flip-flopping because of Google and Nvidia up and down half cap. So let's see what happens with the two of those. I think Nvidia testing lows is probably the limit of what I'm going to do. So Nvidia took a little pop up there. That's it. Maybe I should just. I mean, dude, it's like it's gambling at this point. I mean, it's not safe to be trading here. The news can come out any moment in time and freaking flip around. Maybe I'll just lock in a cool secondary short to the same level here. It's gonna have a hard time breaking. This is the liquidity pocket on the monthly map, so it's gonna have a hard time, like, you know, fighting that. I'm scared. Hold me. Hold me. All right, let me take the money there. Let me take the money there. I scalped that a second time. 7,000 there. 8,000 on the Lone Ranger TPT account that just won't quit. Keeps making money, even though I'm not trying. Stop loss is set. Hey, baby, you know stop loss is here. Stop loss is for the week. No, I'm just kidding. Use your stop loss. Don't clip that. I'm just completely joking. At least in the TPT account, it's full YOLO, no stop, full in. Again, I shorted a pocket, closed out again second time. I'm so scared to trade this freaking market, man. I'm not cute enough to hold, Matt. I wasn't voted the hottest rocket scooter streamer. I thought y'all loved me. Okay. All right, hands off. Like I said, hands off now. If you were to ask me when I think it's going to happen, I think it can still support here. I can't believe we got two shorts into pocket. I don't normally short the top of the support and liquidity pocket with DD ratio being very bullish. So I'm in and out, and I'm done. But I mean, that was cool. I just wiggled out $15,000, which is nice in the couple minutes of trading. Now I don't have to do anything for a while. I could just sit here on these impressive gains and let Donald Trump wreck everyone else's portfolio, and we'll see how that happens. It's been tough. This is tough. So the TPT account that just won't quit, though, is now about to be up another max day again. Well, I get the 10K. It's made 8,100 there. 10K 5 days in a row almost. The Lone Ranger, like that's the. Why is my internet being weird? My internet's kind of frozen for a minute here. Am I still live with you guys? What's going on? My internet, I'm getting wheel of death. Got the wheel. Let me check my telephone here. The old cell phone telephone. Y'all can see you? Okay, maybe my browser just crashed. Okay. All right. Dude, I'm telling you. Firefox is just garbage. All right, hold on. Hold on, I gotta reload everything. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Please don't go anywhere. We're back. Hold on. You're back. Y'all can see me. Can you see me? Cool. What is going on with... Oh, I gotta shut the whole browser. Oh, I gotta close everything down? Oh boy. All right, hold on. So I have to close every browser tab down, reopen everything. Oh my word. Okay, hang tight. Hang tight, you guys. Don't go anywhere. I need to switch back to using Chrome or something. Don't go anywhere. Literally. I have Firefox closed down. There's still 92 processes running. There we go. That's the one. Let's open her back up. Are we back? Cool. All right, we're back. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. It's good to be back. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, you guys. We'll load everything back up and we are good to go. Again, pocket with strong DD ratio is strong support. As resilience has been flip-flopping, that was resistance. But now I'm just kind of chilling. I have really nothing Nothing's loading up. Like literally my browsers are all spinning wheel like this. Nothing's loading up. Ah. Hate me today. Market. That music back on. Are we back? Ah, we're back. Let me log in all my stuff here. Come on. Let's go. What's the hardest thing to get used to on TPT rules? Trailing drawdown. I hate it. It's been the reason I've had more kind of blow ups with TPT than I did with like Funded Next or any other firm. Trailing drawdown just sucks. Like for me, I hate doing it. But once you get out of the buffer, it's totally fine. Or once you get a buffer in, it's totally fine. Once you get out of trailing drawdown, that's the only thing that is that's kind of bad, and it's not even that bad. It's pretty manageable because you have it pretty tight on the 150Ks. You have $4,500 of trailing drawdown. You're trading 2 NASDAQ contracts. You're never going to hit it in a single trade unless you're just a knucklehead. You know, you're chopping up and down 40 points, $800 a contract. So 16 on 2. There's no way you're going to chop $4,500 with 2 contracts. 3, you're halfway there. If you're trading 5 contracts, you'll probably chop out. So yeah, with TPT, the trailing drawdown is the hardest thing, but it's one of the highest ranked accounts we've got. So you guys like it. All right. Do I want to long at the lower pocket and just gamble on a ceasefire? How do you want to play this? What do we think? Maybe I'll just gamble it in the TPT account. How about that? We're on the edge of monthly maps liquidity pocket. On the monthly map side, right here, monthly maps pocket is right here. This is the greater bear side of the market on the longer term and the shorter term at the same time. That's the real question. Should I just buy the dip and gamble on the news? Resilience is getting slightly better, but it's not good enough yet. Gamble on the news, let the news pop, then short it after that. What do I do? Iran closes all diplomatic channels with the US. All diplomatic and indirect channels of contact with the US. What? Well, guys. The situation gets out of control. Iran's allies will also close the Bab el-Mandeb waterway. If U.S. attacks Iran's power plants, the entire region in Saudi Arabia will fall into complete darkness, as they're trying to say. Oh, they're playing the rope in your neighbors game. Well, I got to delete Firefox. That's what Firefox is horrible. Yeah, I agree. Well, it sounds like things are going to hell, guys. So I don't think we're going to get anything good. By the end of the day, all right, no news betting to the long side. This market's let it die. I don't know though. EST liquidity pocket. How many of you guys are being? How many of y'all are being adventurous on the long here? Oh, I know who's long in this. Just on rocket seater principle alone, I almost want to. But it's so gamble. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even good statistics on this along. Like, I mean, sorry, it's not even bad statistics on it. It's just total flip-flop here. Let's wait and see what we get. Netanyahu says he will continue to strike the regime in Iran with even greater force. Escalating that tension. Everybody, Trump's and Netanyahu telling their friends, we're going to give you guys a dip to buy. We're going to stir it up all morning. We're going to make the news really bad. And then all of a sudden, things are good at the end of the day. Maybe they're getting a low for their friends. Everybody's posing for it. Even Iran's in on it. They're all in on it. All right, just keep talking shit with each other till 1 p.m. Central, and then right when the market's about to close, we'll make the announcement of the peace deal. Okay, cool. Tell all your friends to buy the dip. Telling our friends to buy the dip. Hey, I know we were fighting each other, no hard feelings, but hey, let's all make some money out of it, right? Okay. All right, we're good. Okay, you guys got your NVIDIA calls? Yes, we do. Thank you, Trump. All right, guys, we'll see y'all when the news comes out. Telling you, and you know what I'm saying? You never know. Hey, you know, no hard feelings. Let's make some money out of it, though. Help you feel better. No hard feelings. You know, can make you $20 million today. Just buy the dip. Did I talk to Baron? I'm in the group text. Baron texts me every day with stock tips. You didn't know that? Duh. Duh. Tells me which meme coins to buy, everything. All right, what do we got? Lower liquidity pockets usually a support with good bullish ratio. Support. It's always a really solid play from here to here. But again, it's just a scalp in this weird sort of greater market. We did lose MHP, so the market's a little more irrational. And resilience is just flip-flopping pretty bad. But now it's actually lower than it has been, period. So we are definitely stuck in a downward trajectory. There is no breaking this without news. Fortunately, this white line has us doomed from here. So it looks like shorts are in play. Now the question becomes, till where though? I think there's a cluster pivot here on NASDAQ. So I think that the idea is if I want to take a good bet, we could always bet from here that we hold into the illiquidity pocket. And then maybe that's a good place to anchor myself for good news. Lower DD band would be nice to just flush there very quick. By the way, guys, we now have an affiliate code with every prop firm that exists for the most part for futures. If you guys trade some obscure firm that's not listed up at the top, we have a code for it now. It's code SCORE, S-C-O-R-E. Start using our code everywhere now. Every firm. I don't care if it's, you know, you name it. Alpha Futures, Aqua Futures, Bull and Ox. I mean, just there's tons of them. I'm gonna list all the names. So we have a code everywhere. Code SCORE. Rocket Scooter still works everywhere. But we have Lilu as well. We've got, I mean, you name it. We got Funded Futures Network, Funded Seat, Ola Prime, Tick Tick Trader, Top Win Futures, Bullinox, Next Gen, Phoenix, Prop Shop, Take Profit, the 5%ers, Futures Desk, well, not anymore. Trade Day, Traders Launch. We got all of them. Funded Seat. We got a code with Funded Seat. Code SCORE. Where's Apex? Yeah. Fortunately, we have codes with everybody but one firm, fortunately. So SCORE everywhere. With the exception of our current partners, still use Rocket Scooter and Rocket. We're eventually going to transition these to SCORE as well. I'm just getting those set up. So by the time we launch Prop Score, it'll be SCORE everywhere. That'll be our new code. No more Rocket, Rocket Scooter, none of that. So for current partners that we have normally been doing, Rocket Scooter, Rocket, like we've been doing, everyone else SCORE is active now. Start using it. Lilu, yes, Lilu is there. Funded Seat, yeah, we have a code with Funded Seat. That's the new hot one in town right now. Do we have a list of all props on the Prop Score website? We do. It's just not published to you yet. How about Bullinox? Yeah, Bullinox, we got a code with Bullinox now. Let me read the list of who we got code with. Alpha E8, Earn to Trade, Funder Pro, Futures Elite, Hydra Funding, Legends Trading, Lucid Trading, One Up, You Profit, 4Prop, Blueberry Futures, Blue Sky Trading, Elite Trader Funding, Funded Futures Network, Funded Next, Funded Seat, Even Halcyon, Ola Prime, Tick Tick Trader, Top One Futures, Aqua Futures, Bullinox, FX, IFY, Lilu Trading, Lux Trading Firm, My Funded Futures, Next Gen, Phoenix, Prop Shop, Take Profit, 5%ers, Trade Day, Traders Launch, Blue Guardian, Futures Desk, not anymore Futures Desk, Chronos, Day Traders, 4 Traders, FTUK, Funded Futures Family, Goat Funded Trader, Phidias, Perdia, Trading Pit, Trade Funder, Tradeify Vision, and new Tenacity and Rev1. Funded Seats, that's the new sort of hot one on the street right now. Everybody's talking about it. But anyways, yeah, I know. Goat Funded. I know. Now let me explain what I mean by this. We're not actively promoting any firm anymore after via prop score, period. Just Rocket Scooter with our partners. We only promote our partners. That's it. Prop score, in the sake of equality, we can't exclude anybody, but we're not actively promoting anybody there. If we were to exclude somebody who is a scammer, I know, we're gonna let the reviews and whatever tell the story rather than our judgment, because in integrity of the site, we must be equal and give everybody an equal chance, despite what people's opinions are. I've heard the stories about Goat Funded, that they denied people's payouts and blocked them in Discord. I've heard all of it. So because we have a code everywhere does not equate to us endorsing anybody. We have to have everybody together. Hey, Apex, I put up a poll on my Twitter and asked if the community thought Apex was scamming. And Apex begged me to take it down or else. And they told me to take out comments on my Discord, delete Discord posts, delete you guys' commentary on my Discord. Apex started trying to police everything you guys were saying about them. And I basically was not doing it, and they canned us because we're such a big community and we don't suck the nuts of the prop industry. You guys we had a poll in the stream. All right, I maxed out the TPT full 10K. I did buy the dip there on the gamble. So that's good. 5 days in a row of 10K with TPT. Oh my God. Oh my God. 50K in 5 days with TPT with the one account I'm trying to blow up. I'm done trading props. This is the best I've ever done in a single account with props. Not kidding, but just kidding. But honestly, what the heck? Again? Oh my word. Oh my word. The prop cops don't suck. Yeah, so when I tell you guys we have a code with everybody, it means we have to be equal, right? Let's just tell you about the integrity of the site. We can't just say we don't like these guys, no affiliate code. We have to either give nobody a shot or everybody a shot, or else you can say we just have favorites. So we have to give everybody the chance to have the same level playing field, so everybody has to have a code. If somebody didn't have a code, people can say, oh, you're just choosing not to promote them, so you're saying they're bad, right? Then it comes down to everybody or nobody. So why don't we have a code with nobody? Well, then the site wouldn't be able to support itself. It takes a whole lot of employees to run this, and therefore we'd have to charge you for it. So the happy medium is we're affiliates with everybody. You give us a tip with whoever you buy, and everybody has an option. Even if they're scammy, let the reviews tell you they're scammy. I promise. I've heard a lot of shit about GoFunded Trader. Like I have a personal shit list that Matt Cowart will not touch. And that would be on one. That would be on it for sure. Let the users leave reviews, and we'll leave it neutral like that. We won't actively promote or tell you this firm is good or that firm is good. Like via prop score, we will just present the results, right? We won't have opinions about it. What TPT account is that? That's a 150K TPT account. Y'all want to hear the text that Apex sent me when they didn't like the poll? So we had a whole day, right? We had a whole day in chat where I was asking you guys, hey, have you guys been denied payouts with Apex? And I put a poll on the screen here in chat, and you guys filled it out. And we're like answering all these things. And there's all these people got denied back in December. All these people were getting denied. And I was like, send me your horror stories about your payout denials. And I had like countless people send me stuff. And they're like, hey, you can't be saying that on your stream. I'm like, excuse me? Now let me read it to y'all. Hold on. I'm not making this up. Just for entertainment purposes. Just to flag, a few executives had some reservations about the last survey that you posted yesterday, mainly due to the current circumstances rather than the content, like whatever that even means. I want to be very clear that this is entirely up to you. Given the current situation, there's been some sensitivity internally. If you open to taking it down, it may help ease things on our side. This is the thinnest veiled thread I've ever heard. So this is the text message that I get from Apex itself. Please take your polls down. It might help things. May help things along. Basically, take it down or we're gonna can your ass is what it says. Anyways. So we had code with everybody but one firm. I didn't say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, whatever you want. Tell me what to do. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please give me the check. I was like, I took the poll, the one poll on Twitter down. I didn't take anything else down. I was like, nah, I don't want to take anything else down. This is what the community's talking about. Got on a phone call, talked to me for a whole hour about it. And I was like, I'm not going to do it. Like, I think that it's wise that people have an opinion, even though we work with you guys. Doesn't mean I have to turn a blind eye to public opinion. Like, yeah, but you know, they call me because they didn't want it in writing. I got an hour-long conversation about it. Anyways, anywho, they don't like you. They don't like people. They're having their big 2.0 launch. They want to come out smooth. They want the biggest futures communities on the planet posting polls that they were scams. All right, that's fine. Such corporate speak. Yeah. Do I like Top Step? I like Top Step when I traded it. I don't like Top Step's CEO. I think he makes bad decisions. Do I like, and I don't like Project X. So I would never trade Top Step because I hate Project X. It just doesn't work well as a platform. Top Step ranks sort of like mid tier on prop score. It's not that bad. It's not great. It's just not that bad. It's kind of like somewhat middle. Let me show you. Now it depends on what model you run. Now let me be fair to Top Step. I don't have all the, we don't have all the models connected to data. But in the min scoring model, here's where the majors rank. So who's better overall for minimum first payout? 500 futures is top, Lucid is second, Funded Next is third, Top Step is fourth. So it's not like number one, but it's definitely not bad. Anything above a 9 is considered good. So if we go to Top Step's page, let's see which accounts are above 9s. Oh wait, shit. The compare doesn't have all the different models. This is another bug. This is what beta is all about. Okay. Let me do a little thing here. I design everything in like Microsoft Paint. We have to do model in QDD. Oh, look. Woo. Thank you, Simon Dean. In QDD. Should I? Okay, hold on. Should I? Two contracts small. DD ratio 81. Okay. God, this is such a gamble though. No, but not ESDD though. Ooh, that's not good. Maybe that's not good. Hold on. We need ES to hit DD. And R went positive, which is good. We'll trade it small. Model. Hold on. Model. We need to add this into the beta. Hold on. Model. Not a good, I don't think it's a good trade. But I'm going to take it. Maybe I shouldn't do it with 6. Maybe I should do it 4. Because S&P has to hit DD band. That's the problem. I don't like it. Hold on. To fix this bug really quick. 192. Model selection. Confirm page. Okay, put this here. Little bug I found. So beta is all about. Okay. Up here. 192. To the immediate. Ooh. All right, so I got some new design for you guys. Check it out. I've condensed the compare page where you can compare up to 5. So if you guys like the difference, hold on, let me show you all the difference here. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this trade. Wait, where did my... Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. Okay, hold on. So the compare page is normally like... Some of you guys like it. So the compare page was like this, right? And I now revised the design. Remember, this isn't launched yet. We're still going through design changes. I revised the design to look like that. It needs, it's much, well, actually, we're going to delete a lot of this space here to squish them together closer. So, before, had these buttons here, was all this wide, all this extra space. And then after, it's more condensed, more consolidated, cleaner. Yeah. Cool deal. All right, so that's new. So the compare page is getting finally finalized and wrapped up. He's still missing the mark. We need to make it thinner. In this one part. Oh, shit. See, I told you. I didn't like that. All right, now this is the bigger trade I wanted. DD band break. This is the DD band bounce on S&P now. Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. Okay. I think the market's freaking out because of the no deal sort of situation. All right. Let's positive ARB at lower DD band in pocket. Let me smack it. I'm gonna smack it right here. 2020. Give me some more juice here. Give me that DD bounce. Yeah, and this is a dangerous trade. I'll risk about 10 or 15 on this one. I hate that the candle fell into it though. Probably gonna dance around a little bit. Yeah, it's not the strongest long, but we'll see what I can get out of this one. That was tough. I didn't want it. When I said that earlier, I was like, oh crap, because S&P still has its target. That was kind of stupid. I probably should just trim. I got distracted doing prop score stuff. Probably should have dropped it to 4, then hit it earlier or harder with 12 down here. Let's see what we got. This could be a catalyst if it keeps falling too. Be careful. Nothing from the top there. You know, did we retrace half? Yeah, we did. So no cat active at the top. Okay. Other than that, it looks good. Sorry, I'm doing like 10 things at once. Okay. Damn it. Damn. No, that's no good. All right. Come on. Hit this. Hit this and hold it. Let's do a good one. Come on. NASDAQ. Let's have a big day today. Let's solve the war. Trump give us everybody a dip to buy. Should I go dangerous? Should I go dangerous? Oh, the short play was in. Positive ARB. Lower DD band tap. Just be careful in a big nasty market crash today. All right, ratio is 80. The problem is that our resiliences are all negative, which isn't good. I wish that cluster pivot had more confluence. I'd hit it with like 50 contracts if I could, but it's not that strong. Influence is not that great. Took a little heat there. That does not look so good. Wait, when did she bring breakfast in here? Was I not paying attention? Did I not bring breakfast in here? I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, I'm going long. I always go long here. I always go long here. Although we are irrational below DD band, the only place I ever play is MHP. So positive ARB is decent, but again, it's fighting us off. That was like 10 minutes ago. Bro, what was I doing? I was like so distracted. I wasn't even paying attention. You guys gotta help me pay better attention when I'm doing stuff. All right. I did grab a little 16 play here. Now let's just get Trump and everybody just throwing out some good news. All right, everybody bought the dip. Okay, let's release the news. We're gonna end the war today. Nobody's gonna blow up bridges anymore. All right, Iran, everybody's good. We're good. Everybody, you bought the dip. You bought the dip. We all bought the dip. Okay, we're good. So you guys know the lone TPT account that won't quit did make $10,000 yet again. Just insanely crazy. The Lone Ranger that will not quit. I can't even believe what I'm reading. All right, let's trim this down a little bit. I don't want 16. Influences aren't getting that better. I want 12. The lone TPT account that just won't quit. Seriously. That's it. It's been a long time coming, guys. Should we get a whoosh fan up here or what? At least we're gonna make losing money fun. That's the whole point. Let's get some love. Again, what kind of sucks is that we don't have confluence with our hedge pressure, monthly hedge pressure confluence. They're not that good. We got DD band, that's it. It's enough, but it's not the best. It's not like 20 contract or 50 contract confluence. It's more like, all right, I'll take it, but I don't like it. Influence. It's that time again, guys. All right. But that's Keith's song. We have to play that one a little bit. Hold on. Hold on. All right, all right. It's time for it. It's that time again. Although we don't have a lot of whoosh to go with it. All right, whoosh, if you're just new to Roxy, you're like, what the heck's he talking about? Dude, we have so many memes and things that go on in the stream. Well, I used to describe hedge pressure as like a gentle wind that's sort of just blowing against price from all places. It has to do with hedging and the balancing of the options landscape. And there's just seems to be like a little wind right here. There's like a little wind just sort of holding. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed to hold, but you can see that the fall was interrupted here. It's the place to take a shot from. So there's just like a little bit, it's like a little fan that's sort of like just kind of market falls, and then there's a little bit of air that's sort of inflating it a little, or like you making it buoyant a little bit. This is you know, risk buffering, market maker stuff. You can predict that level pretty accurately right here, the screen line. It is support. It is a fight here. It's definitely worth taking from here, but the confluences aren't as good as they normally are. So I'm not hitting with like 30 or 40 contracts. I definitely want to hit it with something medium. but it's not that great. DD ratio being 8 is pretty good. So that's 0.8 is good enough. But we are in bear market territory in NASDAQ for the monthly map, which isn't good. S&P, same thing, bear market territory on monthly maps. If you are bullish, we need to get back up above here, which I don't think is going to happen. Monthly hedge pressure and hedge pressure are both flagged as resistance because the resiliences are negative. So we don't have strong confluence there from hedge pressure. We just have the pocket and that's it. Anyways, enjoy the song. The Lone Ranger TPT account that just won't quit. It just won't quit. All right, I gotta go to the bathroom, so we gotta take my phone with me. Hold on.
No tweets, no CPI, just a breeze and trades that fly. Traders chant like a sacred clan. Spin it up a whoosh fan.
I can't take my eyes off of it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck. Good luck today. Let me see what, let me see, again, it should be moving quicker from here, and I don't like that it's not, but I'll hang on to it. Let me see what NVIDIA is doing. NVIDIA MHP. Apple below MHP, that's not good. Let's find that last layer resistance here. Over there. All right, let's go ahead and turn that down. Again, I don't have the confluence. Let's trim it to 6. And let it ride. Okay. All right, I don't have the confluence, so I don't want to hang too heavy on it. All right. It's the legend of Melb. It's the only thing with the whoosh fan. I don't know the lyrics to that part. Good deal, good deal. Okay, again, I managed to just 6, dove in, trim down. My original 6 rotated my cost base. You guys know my trick to 40-13, which is right here at the pocket. So again, as I teach you guys that rolling strategy, I'm so quick at it. Let me annotate what I did. I had 6, I got 14. I closed down 8 right here at the bottom or at the middle on that run, and now I've shifted that. I had my P&L was, you know, 7,000-8,000 here, and now it's 7,000-8,000 here. And now I took the 6 I had here, and my cost basis is now 6 of them at 13. So now I've moved my cost basis exactly. I'm so quick at it and so accurate at it, I can get my cost basis exactly where I want it to be. I do that math really quick in my head. 6, 8, 14, trim down to 6. Now I'm back to here. Pretty cool, I know. So now I've got my cost basis at the support, which is perfect. Now I can ride it up. And I trimmed it down a little bit. I don't have the confluence. If I did have the confluence, I'd hold on to heavier, but I don't really have it. Market, please don't die today. Y'all want to hear the market don't die today song? Okay. Since you asked, let's go. Out, you're done until news comes out. I agree, Mark C. My thought is the news is going to be them berating each other in all day, and then at some point they're going to say something and maybe it'll rally, who knows.
Rockets fast, scooters slow. Will we bounce? Nobody knows. Greater market starts to turn. Even Pickle has a look of concern. Green or red.
Dude, I had no idea she walked in here and brought me breakfast. I was not paying attention. That's gonna take forever to get back up. Yeah, it'll take forever to get back up for sure, even if it does. I'm not convinced that it will. but we'll see. I'm still pretty bearish on this market. And we'll see. My trade from here is now just back to there. And then I could probably hold a runner. Well, actually, there's a... Let me think. There's a runner from here to there. Runner potential to there. Stop out. Anytime we break in the bull side, wait for the retest, and there's a what we call the RV setup. So that flipping that you guys saw me do, the flipping the position around, I call it digging or rolling. Essentially, I had 6. Market fell. I added 8 more for 14 total. When then we retraced to the middle, I closed out the 8. So I essentially took the original 6 and took a small loss there. 2 made a gain here, and the other 6 were positioned down here. So essentially, where I want my new cost basis to be, I just smack it really hard and then trim the rest of it out here in the middle. And then when that trick takes my original cost basis, which was here, and moves it to there. I just moved my cost basis around. My P&L was 6,000 when I started, and then it was 6,000 when I got out with the same cost basis. So essentially, I just put myself in a better position at a lateral move. It's a pro trick. I teach in boot camp. You can only trust yourself to add when you have a strong cluster of pivots nearby. And even when I did it, it's a weak cluster. It's strong enough, but it's not super strong. And I told you guys all of these things support would have been great. I would hit it with 50. The fact that they all, 2 of them said resistance, I hit it with only 8 more. And again, our pivots are so fucking good. Like, I'm telling you, you can't argue with how good our pivots are. We're one of the few people in this world that have something special when it comes to trading. Anyways, enjoy the show. That whoosh fan works. It's magic. Whoosh fan. We even have to play a Keith song. You know, Keith's song like rescues us. All right, so that is the actual smarter trade, is to take the P&L there. Now, again, reclaiming DD band is pretty decent for a play. I can probably hold it further. I think it's a little risky from here. Let me take the P&L. I don't believe in the trade anymore because I don't have the full confluence, but it probably could bounce up from there. That was a risky maneuver, but it is worth another 8,000 bucks, and I'm just gonna chill on this now and wait. So I've made 23,000 today, this morning. I'm happy with that. It's been another winning day. I've only had one losing day in like the last three and a half weeks. I had one losing day. It's been crazy. The million challenge continuing to still go. I'm up 660 something thousand, I think, P&L with 100K start. It's kind of nice. Again, I bought here, added there, closed here. This is sort of a tricky spot because it's sort of like, I hate when you overshoot DD band and reclaim it. This is technically a long play with good confluence. It's definitely a long play from there. But I think that the way the market's been trading down, I think I got lucky. I need to get out of the way. I don't feel it anymore. The confluences aren't getting that good. Awesome trade. Thank you. I tend to think we make a little bit of a, trying to make awesome trades here. But you know, it is that time to know, because I'm going to tell you guys, I felt like today, you know.
Hi, my name is Dave.
I kind of need a support group, right? To bring my friends together with all these knives I've been catching. You know, I have a tale to tell. It's a very dark and mysterious tale about my degenerate nature at times. Man, I haven't been making big trades lately. I've been taking these small trades left and right. But every once in a while, you may be polishing your silverware, doing your dishes, and you may have knocked, you know, something, you may have knocked a knife off the counter, and as it's falling, you have this desire to reach out in slow motion and grab it. However, that's a dangerous maneuver. But And sometimes when you have rock skewer pivots to the penny, line it up on top of each other, that knife hits the floor, sometimes turns around. So there's the whoosh fan. As I told you guys the meme this morning, this is hedge pressure. Jokes aside, what this is a gamma flip spot for market makers. And so there is just a large amount of long hedging that buffers market from here. You want to see how cool it is? It's so cool. It's predictable every time. When you get to the level, you have sort of like this parabolic rise in volume. You guys can see that, right? That's gamma hedging, gamma affecting delta hedging at its finest. As you get closer to this, the volume starts to spike up because this is maximum hedging volume there. That could have held my runner to let it keep going, but appreciate you, Simon Dean, for yelling at me about DD Ban. Always looking out. I kind of owe him like a portion of my proceeds for all the trade ideas he's thrown at me. Isn't that funny? Jokes aside, Simon Dean, our mod, he always gives me trade ideas when I'm not paying attention. Always looking out. I'm over here talking to Nadeem. He's shouting at me, DD Ban, DD Ban. I'm like, oh, my bad. Is this the opposite? Shouldn't a trading guru be giving out the ideas? What kind of community is this where you guys are giving me the trade ideas? That's like the opposite. It's like you guys know how to trade or something. It's like y'all know how to fish. Makes me proud. Makes me proud. Makes Dave proud. I would say from here, I would not personally be pressing any longer. I think the news we saw this morning, I think this was enough. Remember I told you guys I'd close and hold a runner there and close out and then wait. A bull reclaim is an Arby's possible setup, but I think it's going to take news to make that happen. I think for now, this was good enough. And whether I can gamble it further, I think that I just hate this market altogether. I've been lucky enough to dig out of it with some profit. So it shows that a teaching is a very legit, amaze statement. Ah, I like that. Life Catchers Anonymous. It is the way that it is. Really cool, guys. Now remember, I don't like to let NASDAQ be the limiting factor. When I saw that I got it on NASDAQ and I looked over here, that's when I was telling you guys like, oh crap, we still got S&P. Usually S&P is the controlling factor. And so I knew that NASDAQ was in. I thought about trimming that 6 down to 4 just to take a little bit less of a drawdown, but it just felt too quick. And then S&P's target is where I dipped up, because when they line up with each other, that's really where the confluence comes in. You get like all kind of pivots, NASDAQ and S&P at the same spot. That's a super cluster right here. Cluster here, same pivot here. The whole market is like clustered there. Just the computer setup. How do I show you the computer setup? I've got something for you guys. On my Insta, hold on. I got you something. Let me show you. This is, I need a recent video, but let me show y'all. I've got a, where's my home? Oh, here it is. I have no idea how to go to my homepage. All right, hold on. Okay. Here, let me just type in the link here. I've got a video that I've made. Here. Your AMP login is disabled. It's okay, Dictator. It's because you fell under $100. I promise. If you fall under $100, your broker will disable your data feed if it's AMP. A lot of them will. Make sure you have enough in there. That's what they do. It sucks. And you have to wire in the money. It takes another day to get your stuff. So this is the old. Hold on. This is the video when I first made the. Hold on. This is when I first moved in and first finally got the office set up. It's not like it is now, and I have a different computer now, but this is kind of what the setup looks like. There's the fridge back over there. A lamp in the corner. Now there's a chair there. That's the old PC with the stuff. But this is what everything else is still the same. I've got the salad dressing. I've got all the screens and stuff here. That's what it looks like. And I got a tree in the corner, and then my gaming setup is here, which is absolutely finished now. So that's the gaming desk. Right now, the gaming desk has 2 monitors. I got rid of this one. I got a different one. And then I've got the gaming PC down at the bottom. I'll show you the setup of it. Now, this is like, and the reason I have all these screens, you don't need all these screens to trade. I need all these screens to run all the millions of businesses I run. So even when I'm streaming, it's crazy. Like, all these screens are used. This runs the encoder, which is running the stream. This has Discord and Thinkorswim chart, like on the same kind of thing here. I keep trading platform here, my stream platform here. YouTube I can watch there, and then this is like my control area for like giveaways and stuff there. But that's that, and let me show y'all the setup, the newer computer setup. Pretty dope. Oh, I put it on Twitter. So now I got the gaming PC built, and I don't know if I can play. I think it has a song. Let me turn this down so it doesn't play the copyrighted music. That's the new PC for the gaming station. I built that this last weekend. So this was like my new beauty, state of the art, like top of line everything. So, probability of closing below lower DD band is 8%. Or sorry, 8% low DD band. Above the upper is 4%. Yeah, so it's 8% on the bottom. That's the new baby. How the challenge is going? I'm up $660,000 on the 100K challenge. So this is the new thing on the desk that I showed you guys. See, there's the tree in the background. There's like this little clamp thing that holds the PC. It's off the floor, so there's no static or anything. And this is a sit-stand desk, so I can like electronically raise the desk, and the computer goes up and down with it. It's pretty dope. So there's no cables. You can't see any cables. They're all hidden in the leg of the desk. It's a Magnus Pro. Like if you've seen those gaming desks, they're legit. You can't see a single cable. But yeah, new gaming PC. So it's all the good stuff. You got a 5090 and, you know, the best AMD chip and all that. You don't like better? Oh, dude, it's smooth. It's nice. It's my favorite experience of gaming I've ever had with the new build. Like immediately, whenever I always build a computer, I always log in and go, heck yeah, like things are good, frames are good. I like it, very nice. This time, when I logged in after I built it and started playing some games, I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking powerful. It was such a difference, like big difference. I was playing, I had a 5090 on my laptop, and I was gaming on my laptop, which is still pretty damn good, but a 5090 on a laptop is about, it's about, you know, half as powerful as the desktop version. So the major difference was getting about twice as much performance. I was like, oh my God. I threw in like, I was like, let me get everything loaded up. I'm like, load up Crimson Desert, right? Let me load up Cyberpunk. Let's look at the ray tracing. Let's go. You know, I was already doing Cyberpunk with like, you know, like 130 frames, you know, quality mode on a DLSS quality, and then I was doing like ray reconstruction. Once I got in the new computer with the 5090 desktop version, I'm getting full psycho settings, ray reconstruction, 200 frames easily, like 200 frames. It's like so smooth. It's crazy smooth. And Crimson Desert, same way. If I put Crimson Desert on quality, I can get it at like 160 frames with ray reconstruction. Ray reconstruction is sick. Like that's what makes the game look really good with the ray retracing, ray tracement. On 4K as well, by the way. This is all 4K. So 4K. How's the PC secured to the desk? There's this clamp on the side. It looks like, and again, let me talk about the trade really quick before I talk more about my computer. It's good for a possible bull setup from here still. This ratio being greater than half makes this be a support. And if it does support at 131 from here, it is a move to fill this path up to the open. So from here, if it supports here, the trade is there. I wouldn't trade anything beyond this though. That's nice to see this little pop there. It's all news driven. I'm telling you, I'm a little scared to fight this because the news can go any direction though. So the way that it's anchored is pretty cool. The Magnus Pro desk has like a let me show you. This is like this. I'm just gonna draw it from like an angle, and then there, you know, the legs are here. There's this sort of like, it's built into it, but there's this like this leg that you put onto the leg. It attaches, it hangs onto it, and then it has a foot, and then it has this sort of, you set the PC here, and then there's this little insert that you put in on the top, and it has these little like latches on it to where you just push it in, and then it keeps your computer from falling this way. So it kind of like clamps it in the top, and it's just mounted to the leg of the desk. I want to tell you, if you guys like sleek and cool looking stuff, you can justify spending $1,000+ on a desk. It's by far probably one of the coolest things I have in the office. This is the XL. I have the regular one. I think the regular one was like maybe $800. It wasn't that bad, but this is it. This is exactly what I got. So this is too big. I didn't need the larger one, the XL. There's the regular one is definitely, oh dude, it's sick. Like, so you can see how the PC is mounted right here on the side. It's got this little clamp that holds it in place. It's got a magnetic attachment for your headphones. You can just pull this off and move it anywhere else. And then you can see this like hidden cable tray. The legs are hollow. So there's like, or actually not really hollow. They have like the electrical is coming through. So you plug the desk in right here. And then there's outlets inside of the desk in this cable tray right here. It's all behind it. So everything just plugs into this little channel where this light is. There's a little arm there that flips up that you can open up the compartment with the cable tray, which is right there. It's super sleek, man. I love it. This little arm or this little flap flips up this way, and then all your cables are sort of buried in this channel. It's a nice little illusion. You can't see a single cable. Yeah, see, everything Secret Labs makes is great. And yeah, so this little PC clamp thing holds it underneath the PC. And one of the things I don't like though is that I had this Lian Li case, and usually Lian Li cases don't have bottoms on them. All it has is just a filter, an air filter for the fan intake. That's it. So it really doesn't sit evenly at the bottom. It's kind of weird, but it's because Lian Li cases technically don't have bottoms usually. So it's kind of resting on this little flimsy piece of plastic, but at least this part holds it in. Yeah, no, it's nice. And there's like a leather mat that connects to the top. It's all magnetic, and it's kind of like they covered every base that you would want in a desk. I like it because there's no cables on the floor, and it's pretty clean looking. Yeah. Yeah, you jumped out on that buy. I would say that it looks like it's trying to stabilize. I think that if the news comes out that things are going to stabilize around the world, the potential is that it's going to pop. But I'm willing to say that after the end of the day or towards the end of the day, I want to short it back down from up there. I don't think that I want to continue to, you know, bet on the war. If they start to create a ceasefire, I'm still going to short the top. I think from here there is a possible short setup, but the problem is that anytime you have this much of a flush, I always get nervous to jump back in unless I have a really good confluence. And today we don't. Like, all the confluences are pretty bad. Doesn't mean it can't move, but all the resiliences are negative. ARB is not positive. It's just barely, you know, it's not bullish confluence. The only thing we have is the DD ratio, which has supported us here and here. But other than that, it's sort of not that much powerful from here. You still have strong resistance this way. So you're kind of in the middle of the range. That's kind of why I was cutting out. If resilience was positive, I'd hold for further, right? So the white line resilience is that resistance target. You can see that this box all says resistance. It's easy. When you're training Rock Scooter, you'll know what all this means, but this is resistance here. So this is pushing down. These are pushing up, right? So you can see that the bigger resistance is here. So down, up, the middle is here, mid. So it's balanced, right? So when I scooped up my position from here to here and then closed out at the middle, which is what I do, I never like to diddle in the middle. This is the gamble territory. Now your gamble is if they come out and there's a resolve about this whole conflict stuff, there's probably going to be a pop that's going to try to maybe fill the gap. And I'd be willing to short it back down from there. Other than that, the data's not that great, right? The confluences are very weak. All that stuff is negative. So the fact that I got that trade and got out of the way, I feel lucky. And looks like it's starting to try to pull back a little bit. Right? This is all the smarts of what we teach you on how to analyze the market in real time. I mean, this is all professional, mentality. Looks like I was the first one in and the first one out, right? That's good. That's what you want to do. I know when people watch us trade, they think we're magicians. We do something, we seem to just have it figured out, right? Well, it's not that. We're just really good at risk management. We know the pivots and we use very strong confluence. You don't see me doing a lot of gambling from from the middle here. Let me take a bet. Well, I know the news is going to be driving this and it's a gamble either way. And so it's not really that, it's not worth risking something that you can't really control. You have no control in the outcome, right? What kind of chair? I have a Aeron. I'll put it over here. This bad boy. La 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 la. La 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 la. This is an Herman Miller. I got this chair like, I don't know, 5 years ago. For whatever reason, I used to have the world's shittiest chairs, and I always complain about them. For whatever reason, my brain never snapped into you need to buy a nice chair, even though you sit on your ass all day and work. I had this, I had just moved into my new house. I didn't want to transport my old chair, so I threw it out. So in the meantime, I went to Office Depot and I just bought this regular, the way I describe it is like a conference room chair. You ever gone to you ever sat in a giant sort of auditorium at some kind of conference hall where they have those chairs, they're like metal and they just have a flat bottom and a flat back, and they just, they have a row of 100 chairs. Right? I had a chair like that. It was like a $40 chair I just bought temporarily to have a chair because I just moved in. I didn't have a chair. And I sat there on the stream and I bought this and it was hurting my back. I was complaining about it. So then I bought this memory foam back cushion to it. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. For whatever reason, one morning, Tradesman Matt was watching my stream and he's like, bro, your chair game is so weak. And I was like, I know, my chair sucks. And he's like, look, and he was in chat talking about it. He's like, I might recommend a chair for you. And he sent me the link. And so everyone was talking shit about my chair one day. So fun fact of the story, Matt helped me design this chair. And he was like, you need to get a better chair. He's like, that one's going to ruin your back. So I was like, I know this chair sucks, but I just needed something to get by. And something I could just buy and throw in my car and take home. So I don't have to stand up when I streamed. So on that recommendation, I got it in probably maybe 2021, 2022, somewhere in there. And it is in absolutely flawless condition. I can sell it and you'd think it was brand new. The arms don't the leather is not wearing out, at least for the 5 years it's been in, it's good. And it's got all the supports and stuff. It's expensive though. And I would say if you can find a used one, get a used one, because honestly, 5 years in this chair, you can't even tell that it's been used, right? I think I paid like $1,500 for this chair. It's expensive for a chair. But if you do find one on the marketplace or something that it's used, just get it used. I'll tell you, you're not going to see, it's not going to wear out or anything like that. Called the Aeron. Maybe it was, I don't know, $1,500, $2,000. I don't know how much they are now. Let me show you the one I got. And then you can add all this stuff to it. Why is there all these different options? I don't know what this is. There's no way that's $600. Used. Oh, these are used? Oh, hold on. You can buy them used? That's kind of cool. Oh, oh wow, looks like that's a site. That's a site for used ones. Okay. If you, I'm gonna tell you, if you can find one used, don't go pay full price for these things. They're expensive. Yeah, it's 2,000 bucks. My bad. That's why I thought. I was like 1,500 something. It's expensive as shit. Go get those used sites. Looks like there was like selling them for 500 bucks or whatever. They never go bad. Oh yeah, that's nice though. And you can come through and like customize all the parts. You can make the arms like slide in and out and tilt and stuff. And so you can, it's kind of like when you buy a car, you can add features to this thing. And you could turn this into like a $4,000 chair, I think, if you want to. You can add all the stuff to it. You guys got a big butt? How many of you guys got big butts? Here we go. You got a big butt option. Arms, fully adjustable arms, height adjustable arms. Like you can keep adding to the price. What else you got? A leather arm pad, 2,500 bucks. Yeah, you can go crazy. So looks like when you fully max it out, it's about 25. I'll tell you, as good as it is, go if you can find one on like the marketplace that's used, 100% worth it. 100% worth it. Get a used one. Don't go pay 2,000 bucks for a chair, brand new. It came fully assembled in a refrigerator box. So when it got delivered, there was just a gigantic. The box was like this tall. Just a huge giant box. Post a link. Yeah, let me send you a link. Like I said, go on a quest to buy a used one. Save yourself the money. There's really no reason to go all out. Get a new one. I'll tell you, by somebody that's had one for 5 years, I could sell you this one. You wouldn't even know it was used. There's no scuffs. There's no scratches. This thing gets beat up a lot. So, I would say they keep their quality. Here's the link for it. Oh shoot, I can't even post the link, it's too big. Just Google this. Here. That's it. Yeah, they're heavy. They're pretty heavy too. Now, let me see. Like, ugh. She's gonna come up here thinking I dropped something. Pretty heavy. But yeah, it's like, it's real springy. Okay, looks like we got some movement here. Let's check the news really quick. Who's saying what and why? What are you doing to my market today, Trump? See what I mean? Just too much nonsense going on. I don't see anything right now. Are they good for the biggins? Yes, sir. All you big booty traders, they got them. They got them for you. They got extra wide. Overrated. Had one end up selling it. Yeah, it just depends. Like for somebody that sits, you know, for 16 hours a day sometimes. For me, what I used to get the chairs from Office Depot, like the $400, I don't know, lazy boy chairs or whatever. But they had pleather armrests, right? So just the abrasion, like after about, you know, 6 months to a year, you've already worn holes into it. So I like that it's like tough. Like this is like really hard leather. It feels like a boxing glove. You're not gonna scratch it up or scuff it up. And you either have too much money or a mental issue if you spend $2,000 on a chair. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to. I think if you can get a used one, get a used one because it's gonna be brand new for you. And that looks like that website was selling like used office furniture for like half price or less. 24,077 is your little line there. Okay. Who said what here? U.S. Trade Representative Greer, we're at no point where U.S. can discuss investment programs with China. Greer is making comments about China. Well, like this market just needs, it's just so desperate for anything. Needs some reason to move. No trades from here, just chilling. wonder. So my payout request didn't go through that I tried to do last night on TPT. Have y'all noticed that TPT payout requests sometimes don't go through because the balance didn't update? Have y'all had payout denials? Oh, there it goes. It finally went through, I think. Let me see. Oh. Oh. Did it get approved? Did the balance update? What? Oh, hold on, wait. Deposit. Oh, okay. Withdrawal 8480. That's how much I'm gonna do. Oh, 8480. Which is okay, perfect. Have y'all noticed that with TVT? Like, no, it's more like it's like the balance. If the balance updates once a day, and if you try to request the payout, sometimes in the back end they're like the balance didn't update, even though it says that you can take the money out. So I put in a payout request last night. It didn't go through. I put in one again for the same amount, and then it'll go through today. Sometimes it takes like an extra day. It's weird. Probably user error. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. That is the thing. I think that confusion comes from the fact that TPT's accounts don't update at the same time as everyone else. It's like once a day. So even though you get daily payout, sometimes it takes a second day to get that payout because they have everything has to update on their end. Yeah, it seems very inconsistent. Andrew said, yeah, that's what I'm starting to notice. I've only been trading TPT for a couple months. Is that sometimes it takes 4 hours. It's like it'll update on your dashboard, but it doesn't update in their system. It's like, that's what it feels like. The dashboard says available to withdraw, and then you take out the exact amount, and the next morning your payout request got denied, and then you send it through again, and then the money's there that day. Like, it's so weird. Like, it's inconsistent. Live bootcamp, I'm gonna start that in May. As soon as Prop Score launches, then I'll have some time to do live bootcamp. I've taken so many payouts with TPT though without hitch. Usually at max it's like another day. You have to wait. So no real issues with them. So I took out since how much have I taken out? So, okay, yeah, that's just from that. Okay, so it says available. I'm trying to see, it feels like it's an inconsistent, like sometimes it just, that afternoon it updates, and sometimes it doesn't. until like the next day. The balance still says there, it says total current account balance is not, oh, so the withdrawal request is, that's so weird because the trading account balance, oh, hold on. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is what I'm telling you. This is the thing with their system. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, this is when it happens. It looks like the withdrawal request just went through. So this is the account, current account balance 154. So the payout request that I put in like I woke up this morning, it didn't go through. I put in a payout request again and it went through immediately. And so now it says 154, but the trading account is 163. So that includes the 10K that I made. So technically it's 154 plus the 10K. Oh, okay. That's the difference. Okay. So it's weird. When I requested the payout yesterday, got denied, requested it this morning, went through. So even though earlier, yeah, okay, so that's good. That's good. That's good. So that's weird. Yeah, that happens. Does that happen to you guys sometimes? Like, I think if you request it at the wrong time overnight, it's like, it's not updated in their system or whatever. It's not anything wrong with TPT. It's user error. It's me being an idiot. Like, there's some time when their system updates, I just don't know when it is. I feel like safely, if you request it maybe at midnight or something, maybe it's guaranteed to go through. Basically what happened was I requested it at probably 6 or 7 p.m. and then it got rejected. And then this morning I woke up and it was not approved and I requested again and then went through. So I think that like they just have a once a day updating of their system rather than real time like everyone else. It feels like it updates once a day. I haven't read into it, but I feel like that's what I'm feeling. Like it updates once a day and I seem to just make the request before the update happens. Even though the website shows the balance is updated, the times when I asked them, I was like, did my payout request get denied? And they go, oh, yeah, the balance doesn't reflect the amount you withdrew. There wasn't enough for the withdrawal. And I'm like, but it says it on the website. So I think that's what's happening. I feel like the website will update the balance at a certain time, but the payout team, theirs doesn't update until a different time and it feels random. Am I the only one that has that issue, or do you guys also feel the same thing? Or am I just going crazy? That's what I want to know. Am I just going crazy? Has your balance said you had money there and then you go to make the withdrawal and it doesn't go through? And the next day you try to make the withdrawal and then it goes through? Has that happened to anyone else or is that just me? They like to mess with you. Math Brain tells me their system updates once a day for you to be able to trade the balance, but their payout system updates like out of sync with it. It's like, that's how I feel like. You haven't had that problem? What's wrong with me then? I don't know. Something must be wrong with me. You haven't had the problem of trying to withdraw and make 10K every day? This is how it's become noticeable because I'm making 10K and taking it out every day. That I've done a payout request every day for like the last 5 sessions. So it's been kind of like I've noticed that trying to take a payout every day of the max. What happens, I think, was what the problem is, and let me tell you more of the info. The problem becomes when you max out to 10K, they cut off your accounts. I saw a super chat. Let me get it. They cut off your account for the day and then they reopen it the next day. I think that starts a whole nother chain of events in the back end. As I've noticed. Oh, I got a super chat. What's up, buddy? I didn't even see it. Liquidity. Here's your $5 song request. Go to Rock's platform over the weekend and 2 trades today. Let's go. Song in Discord. Praying for a boring day. Hopefully, let's play it. Thank you for the dono, my friend. I like to hear it. Kyle wrote a song. Turn down a little bit. Is it loud enough? I hear it? Or is it too loud? Does that happen for you? Okay. I feel like it only happens when you max out your payout or max out your P&L for the day. You go through this extra step where they liquidate your account. You can't trade anymore. And then they have to lock your account and unlock it.
Every chart a storm I can't resist. Talking heads keep shouting in my ear. Every tiny rumor.
Yeah, wait until the wall to trade. You can deny your money if it goes down. That's the thing. They'll unlock your trading and then you can trade and then they'll process your request sometime overnight. And if you happen to lose money, then it gets denied. Yeah. It's like they check the balance immediately whenever they process the payout. They check your balance at that moment in time, and if you don't have the money, it'll get denied. But it's so weird because my payout request got approved this morning. It got denied last night. So apparently I'm not doing it at whatever their cutoff is. Farewell lows. Goodbye, market.
Stopped out high, then it runs to the sky. Takes my cash, leaves me asking why. Every tweet like thunder in the feed, every polar stampede. I don't need elections, drama breaking sounds. Spin me like a bottle.
All right.
I just want to range a steady line. Not this chaos dancing on my spine.
I'm gonna test this 10K payout tonight. I'll try to request it today when they're up balance updates too. It's so crazy to see, like, as funny as it sounds, I don't know. It's just as funny as it sounds. You know, this is me trying to stop trading props. So I'm just like taking every trade, every scalp, hitting it hard. Just let me get out. I'm just accidentally making money, right? It's the funniest thing. Well, not accidentally, but I'm not making stupid trades, but I'm certainly not caring about stop losses or anything. I'm just like full port, or I am trading at my pivots, which is the best thing to do. But I feel like this is the least that I've been trying to do good. Trying the least, doing the best. Welcome to day trading, you guys. That's how it goes. If this isn't proof that day trading is random, I don't know what is. All right, let's get a giveaway going on, fellas and ladies. First giveaway we always do. Elite Trader Funding throws us one account a day. Thank you guys for that. Our sponsors today: Elite Trader Funding, Lucid, and My Funded Futures today. First giveaway. Type in ETF in chat for the free 10K account giveaway. Current partners going on. Like I said, we have a code now with every prop firm in town. It's code SCORE. You can actually use it now for the most part, but still use Rocket Scooter for our actual partners. Once we transition, everything will be SCORE eventually by May. So if you guys are using, like, you know, Lilu, Perdia, I mean, 5%ers, Trade Day, all of that, you can use SCORE right now. It's available for you. So if you guys are using other prop firms, we would appreciate you guys support the prop SCORE effort, because we're going to be using all of that affiliate income to support building that site for you guys. Supporting the business, paying everybody's salaries and stuff. Turn that into a free service for y'all. That's our way of giving back. Currently going on with some of our prop partners, we have a... Oops. Bunch of deals going on right now. Elite Trader Funding has 90% off the non-fast track evals. This is the time the ETF static. It's one of the best statics in the business, and it's 90% off. This is the time I always tell you guys, this is the one time you want to get ETF. If you like static accounts, because statics are the easiest to buy, Fidius and ETF, uncomparably the best two statics in the business. When ETFs is 90% off, it's crazy. It's dirt cheap for a static. Statics have no trailing drawdowns that go with them. The balance is just static, or sorry, the drawdown's just static. They're the easiest accounts to pass. So the 90% off sale when that goes on, always a killer. So that's a good one. MyFunded Futures has the same promo they've had for about a month or so. 50% off pro accounts, which is my favorite account of all of prop accounts. The Pro and the Funded X Legacy are like my two favorite accounts. You get the same big account, fat drawdown, uncapped payout sort of thing. Pro's capped at 100, but it's relatively uncapped. I love it. That's my kind of account. Swing big, tons of drawdown to play with, cost-based average, you know, get in there, make some big bucks. 30% off for existing users on Pro. Rapid is 20% off. Flex 49 bucks going on with it. Funded X has a big thing on with their Bolt accounts. You know, it's their same day payout thing. I'm trying to look for it. 30% off all of their challenges going on right now. I think that's going on. The Bolt is now 100 bucks. It's one day pass. Their one day pass account. The other account similar to MyFunded Futures Pro, the Funded X Legacy. The difference is it's now cap payouts. That's the sad part. There's no account currently right now that I know of. I haven't really investigated all the new prop firms we're starting to work with Prop Score. I don't know if there's any prop firm that has end of the day drawdown and the potential to have, you know, an uncapped-ish payout beyond like, you know, 10 or 15K. MyFunded Futures on day 14 with only 1 day of trading, by the way. You only need to trade 1 day. But on calendar day 14, you can take out 80% of 100K. And leaving like a $2,100 buffer or something in there. So there's really not an account anymore that allows you to take out big chunky payouts like that with end of the day drawdown with all the great rules. No consistency, no DLL. I mean, that's why I call it the perfect trading account, because it simulates a real live account more than anything. No consistency or DLL, doesn't have the shitty rules that you would see. And you can relatively make a huge fat balance, right? With end of the day trailing drawdown that stops at some point. Yeah, that's why on Prop Score, MyFunded Futures ranks at the top, because, I mean, the difficulty is very low relative to the neighbors. No consistency, no DLL, your score is going to be higher. And you could take a big fat chunky payout. Per day, that's a lot of money technically per day you could make. You know, 80K over a 100-day period. I'm sorry, 80K before they cut you to live over a 20-day period is $4,000 a day you can make, which is pretty good. On equivalent TPT, you can make $10,000 a day, but TPT has trailing drawdown. So it has a downside to that. So in fact, you can make 4,000 bucks a day on a Pro is kind of nice. Yeah, so the Funded X Bolt has a no consistency add-on. I would pay for it to get rid of the consistency rule. I hate consistency rule. Bolt is there 1 day to pass. Same. Funded X's Bolt is like TPT's account. 1 day to pass. But 1 day to pass in daily payouts. So TPT is not 1 day to pass. It's 2 days to pass, so 3 days to flip. So 5 days total. Bolt, 1 day to pass. Same day payouts. It's nice. It's a really good plan. Also a favorite around here. And then Lucid, I think, has got 40% off there. Still going on. Yup. All right. Spin the wheel. 90% off ETF statics. It's time to get them. Statics are, if you're having a hard time getting payouts, statics are the way to go. Other than ETFs, 90% off. Phidias is the best static in the entire business that we found through Prop Score. Like, looking at every account out there, it turned out to be a huge sleeper hit. If you were trying to get your first payout, I'm going to recommend to everybody, if you ever want your first payout and you're having a hard time getting a payout, Phidias Static's the way to go. The cheapest way, it's like after the deal, it's like 55 bucks for $1,000 payout when it's static. It's ridiculous. You can 19x or 18x your money in a day with static drawdown. It's unheard of. All their other accounts are pretty mid-tier though. Like, they're kind of like not that great, but the static is like off the charts good. So that's the best part about Prop Score, is you can find all these like cool little sleeper hits that you didn't know existed. People are like, who's Phidias, right? It's crazy. And then you just look at the reviews and there's not bad reviews about them. So you're like, okay, that's a little baby sleeper hit. Have anybody here traded the Phidias static? And let me know, did you have any issues with that? Well, right, but you have to pay the activation fee or whatever, right? If you pass. Yeah, but what I'm saying is in general, right? You can get up to like the $1,000 or whatever. That's all. Somebody said that's all you trade. See? People, I'm saying is people have discovered this naturally. Somebody found out that that's their jam, right? All right, we'll do one more with Lucid in a minute here. I'm telling you, right, with the prop score, after we were looking at all the data, we're like, how is this one of the best accounts out there? There must be an error somewhere. We went through the data. We're like, holy crap, this is actually really good. See, there are some sleeper hits out there you guys never knew about. That's what prop score is going to be all about, is helping you find which accounts are good that you never thought existed. Because, you know, it's all marketing, right? All these big firms pay marketers to market their stuff, but are there any sleeper hits out there with good value, good reviews that you may not know about? And that's kind of what we're here for. It's kind of nice. Okie dokie. This TPT story is so funny. Precious responding to Precious. He's our guy that does our videos. He's like, this really proves, because he knows the theory I always say is that it's actually really hard to purposely blow an account. You ever try to blow an account on purpose? It's really hard to do. That's the weird sort of thing about trading, right? When you try to win, you lose. But when you try to lose, you don't lose as much as when you're trying to win. If you go out of your way to try to blow up an account, you will win more than you think. You'll have an easier time failing your account when you don't intend to than failing your account when you try to. It just proves how random trading is. And he was like, that really proves the case because I said a long time ago, we had this reel that we made that was like, it's impossible to try to blow up an account even if you try. You're gonna have an equal chance of winning. You're gonna win more than you lose. And it was a whole reason of like, if you shot your consistency, you try to lose on purpose to bring your account balance down, you're gonna have a hard time losing on purpose. Because if you can lose on purpose, then you can win on purpose. Just do the opposite, right? It's just as random and hard to lose on purpose than it is to win on purpose. Anywho. Okay. Looks like we're back above liquidity pocket, bear zone top here. The resiliences have not changed. They're still really bad. Confluence is still really bad. I would say that whatever's happening here, I don't take that as a bull entry sign. Whatever's happening, man, I'm going to say is I'm not going to risk it. I'm okay. I pulled 23K to 23.6K today. This has been small up days. Ever since I reset the account, or withdrew from the account down to 200,000. I've just been trying to make, trying to grow relatively slow. I still have 300,000 P&L left to go, give or take, to get to the million. There's an everything has changed feeling, somebody said, is valid. We have moved from a technical retest of support into a high stakes news driven liquidity flush. Yeah, I mean, that's like why you haven't seen me go ham on some of these trade setups. Like normally in a bull market, I'm so confident I'd be building strong long positions at every one of these pivots, right? I'm just so like hesitant because the news could just come out of nowhere and right. It's too crazy to like take too much risk here. I've had too many like 80K drawdown days and stuff because of Trump to really, it scared me enough. All right, type in Lucid, guys. Oh, there's a little bit of upper movement right here on DDBAM. I wonder what's going on news-wise. What's going on? Do I want to short this? What's going on here? I'm back. Let me saying something or doing something. Bill Gates interview about Jeffrey Epstein by House Oversight set for June 10th. All right, set your calendars. That sounds like a fun time. All right, who's saying what to who? Who's tweeting this? Who's saying that? What's going on here? Just again, like this is the environment we're in. The market's just hungry for news. There's algorithmic BS going on here. My first thought was just to short this crap too, but I'm gonna wait. Arbs went negative, so that stopped the pop. Who's saying what to who? You hate the smart. I know. Imagine, let me tell you guys, y'all might just be new to this, this type of trading. Imagine what it was last presidency. Okay, last time Trump was president. Same thing 8 years ago. Same shit, different year. The first trade war with China. It was like this for like an entire year. It was crazy. Iran saying talks aren't closed. Is that what it is? Yeah. All right, should I just buy the dip and just gamble it to the upside? What should I do, guys? Like, different sources are saying conflicting things. Like, diplomacy is cut off by one news outlet was like, yep, we cut off talks. Another one is like, no, we haven't cut off talks. Welcome to this world, man. Yeah, so like I told you, it was like this the first time Trump was president with China. Every other day it was the same kind of stuff. For almost a year, it was like the headlines, you know, there would be like a month of hotness where they would be talking about every day. Then you go on 2 or 3 weeks of quiet. Then you chime back in with something else. Just a nice, calm, breezy market and just dies, right? It was so violent then. This is a remnant of that. We had a whole year of this kind of crap 8 years ago too. They're all playing the market. Oh yeah, you work for one of these news outlets. Just buy the dip, publish something. Should I just take a gamble to the long side? Like, I feel like maybe we're below DD band. Don't do it, Matt. Don't do it. Best president to trade under? That would be Joseph Biden, sir. Old Sleepy Joe napped for 4 years. He never did a single thing to make my market go wee woo ever. Financial Juice, the first time when Trump was president, when he came back again, Financial Juice, they couldn't even get the alarm. There's so much dust on the alarm, you couldn't even hear it. They had to clear the dust off of it so you can hear the woo again, because we didn't have an alarm for 4 years after COVID. Nothing ever happened. We did it, Joe. Oh, Sleepy Joe. That's the best market I've ever traded in. Post-COVID rally, oh boy, that was good. That was some good stuff. Somebody said buy the dip, don't not financial advice. I love the stock market under Joe. Yeah, usually the more change the president does, the worse the stock market gets. The less that a president does, the stock market just has fun. Yeah. Old breezy Biden, man. That was this easy breezy market. Okay. Time for the giveaway, guys. Type in Lucid in chat. Said 40% off going over there in Lucid. I don't know what song this is. Let's play a random one. get it in here, my friends. What does this only subscribers can participate button do? Subscribers only. Oh, nice. Good old Touchy Joe. Let's listen to him talk about 2 hours. What type of sandwich he was trying to make, or why he likes ice cream so much. Yeah, he certainly had grandpa vibes, you know. We all get old. So what, talk about your policy in China. I like ice cream. You do. Oh, bless your heart. You do like ice cream. It's so good. I like ice cream. Okay. You need a nap? Go lay down. Do you need a nap? Malkazar Falcon. Close. Close. Yeah, you got close. Type something in chat, friend. Claim your prize. What do I get for breakfast today? Eggs. Straight protein. So I'm starting to like do high protein breakfasts and get in shape. Eggs with a little bit of cheese. That's it. Okay, we'll do one more giveaway in just a little bit. So chill. We'll hang out. We'll watch the market for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna do a giveaway in a little bit before we get out of here. Should I just like? I'm so scared to take the bet. Is it just playing along like a small one? They're just playing along like a small one. I feel like nothing's gonna happen today. Can I connect the TradeAbate account for the data? Come on in. Howdy. What's up? What's going on with your hair?
I
like it.
I need your help for a second. Can I borrow him for a second, chat?
What up?
Okay.
What?
Okay. So it's options or between. This is the swatch that we brought from the other place, professional place. He's here, so he's trying to match it. We also have different options too.
Oh, from that place we went to?
Yeah, I took the swatch home and now he's pulling out the fabric and he's asking,
It's more of a green sort of color, like a
green gray. This is a swatch.
Like a sage green.
Yeah. This is like, we're not matching it per se. We're saying, okay, this is a color wheel we want to stay in. So he's showing us the different fabrics. And I narrowed it down to at least, we found this one is like almost exactly the same. This one has gray and greens in it.
That's cool.
This has gray and greens.
I like that one's nice.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it is, basically.
Yeah, it's nice. I like the texture. It's good.
These are the other darker ones. Okay. So then now that you pointed to that one, I'm going to grab that up here real fast for you to just touch it. And then I'm going to confirm that for the bedroom.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. Don't make fun of my poof.
What? It's springy.
Everyone is like, oh, poop.
Look at the poopy. Look at this. Look, it's like springy.
It's like supposed to give me volume.
It is. I like it. Looks really nice.
Volume. Okay, I'll bring the fabric up for you.
Thanks, babe. All right. Should I just grab the dip here? Should I be a degen, guys? Plan 2 contracts, just leave it alone. Why were we not sure for bearish? The probability of bearish from here is low, but I'm not going to do the long. Normally it's only 4% of days to stay below here. I'm sorry, 8% of days stay below here. 92% of days do somehow make their way back up. I don't like to bet on that because of news, but the thought is that the news is going to come out that they're probably going to work out a deal sometime today, and then it's just going to rocket off of that. That's the bet. The bet is just, when does that happen and from where does it happen? Like, when's the best place to anchor it? A trade, and then when it pops, I want to short the pop. So the thought is that, like, remember when Trump, with the whole tariff thing, Trump was like, it's time to buy the dip? I feel like he's giving you clues, like today's the day that he's going to say the thing that needs to be said. I don't know. ED has weakened, and it also is kind of weakened a little bit. It's not the strongest play. So my thought is maybe not. I don't know. Plan a contract. I don't even really care, to be honest. Let's let this day get over with. Let the market just be crazy from here, and then from here we'll figure something out for tomorrow. How's that sound?
Why are you looking at me like that?
That's my that's my my face. You remember the used to the office where okay, anyways.
That's the
my
swatch.
Dwight face.
That's the swatch from
I like it.
the place.
I like it. Oh wait, this
The shade store.
so let me guess. Cheaper.
No, more expensive.
That's more expensive?
Yeah.
Why don't we go with this then? If you
Well,
like this one
because
better.
it's higher quality. It's higher quality for a better price than that. Feel it.
Well, this is more expensive.
It's not more expensive because
I don't. It's Turkish fabric, like
it's much premium. Yes.
premium
Like
fabric.
Turkish cotton from RH.
Oh, Turkish cotton. We're getting Turkish cotton, guys.
But this is
The good
Turkish
stuff.
fabric.
This feels flimsy and expensive.
Yeah.
This was expensive for
This
flimsy.
is really expensive. Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
And that's why.
I like this. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So this is the front part of that, and this
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
back
yeah,
end
yeah,
of that
yeah, yeah.
fabric.
Oh, that's good. I like
So
it.
it's, whenever it's an S shape, it's gonna look like this.
Turkish, guys. Turkish fabric.
Yeah.
I'm at that level in life where my decisions are now. Is it regular fabric or Turkish fabric?
Because I'm just like, why?
I'm now officially an old man. 8,000 for wait one.
This
8,000 for the one curtain.
for this one curtain for at the shade store.
For the one
This,
oh for
this is gonna
8,000.
be less.
Bro, I could get this at Walmart.
Exactly.
This is the look at this flimsy crap, you guys.
And then look at this.
This thing is thick. Like that's like a winter coat. Like that's like thick.
Yeah. Okay. So confirm on this.
This is my life now, guys.
Bye bye. Thank
Somebody
you.
said they can vouch for Turkish fabric. Perfect. You got the thumbs up from chat. All right. Such is my life, guys. I'm now officially an old person. My hardest decisions are, do we go with the Turkish fabric or not the Turkish fabric? $8,000 for the, we went to this store that's like some curtain store, and then they were like quoting us, and it was like 8,000 for one curtain for one room, and I was like, no. These curtains in here, I got at Bed Bath & Beyond in my apartment 4 homes ago for like maybe like 120 bucks for the panels, and they're thick, they're sturdy. I've had them ever since they've been in my office. They're thick, they're nice. Bed Bath & Beyond's not a store anymore, you can't get it. Yeah, but the upcharge on these professional installations is ridiculous. $8,000 for one room. So anyways, found the guy that's gonna custom do it with like better fabrics, what she said. Turkish cotton. Apparently we just bought a bunch of Turkish cotton towels from Restoration Hardware, according to her. And they are the best cotton, apparently. So Trade-Evate data, you're a little confused about Rockstar data works. Okay, so Trade-Evate does not connect to our platform. Sorry to not answer your question earlier. Every platform is usually locked to the platform. Trade-Evate data doesn't transplant to here. You have to buy our equities data, and you have to connect a futures broker if you want your own futures data in here. It's kind of like a BYOB at a bar. You got to bring your own wine and it'll work. You can drink it here. You got to bring your own data. It'll work here. But only CQG data will work, which unfortunately is not Trade-Evate. CQG comes from real brokers with the exception of Trade-Evate. It's weird how it works. They just don't do it. But everyone else pretty much has CQG. AMP is the preferred, I guess most people use AMP here. And then you have a real brokerage account there and it transplants the data. I use AMP. Edge Clear, Philip Dorman, they all work. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? So I was telling you guys, should I just plant the long and be done with it? Nah. I think it's like too risky. Using AMP for the million challenge. I'm using Ninja Trader for the million challenge. What's up? No, like go back over there. Hold on. Like drape it over your shoulders.
No, because I'll lose the swatch.
Okay, never mind. Because it kind of looks like, as thick as it is, you kind of look like a medieval character, just like I found you in the wilderness.
Which one do you
And you're
want?
like covered in like animal
No, I'm
pelts.
wearing a coat. Like, do you want some counterfeit watches?
What is underneath that coat? Oh my god.
Okay, so this is what we chose.
It literally looks like a stack of animal pelts, dude. Like, seriously.
This is what we chose. I'll show you 2 more colors. Here's a darker one that's a velvet.
This one?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
This is what we chose.
Which one did we choose? This one?
We chose this one, yeah.
Okay.
They have like also this darker one here.
A darker green?
Yeah.
That's nice too. Let me see. Oh, I see what it is. It's more like a...
It's a velvety, like shimmery versus like a more muted.
Honestly, they're both cool. I like green, so as you can tell, the walls are green.
Very sagey.
I do like sage. That is the color of these walls. Green is the color of money, success, life.
Yeah. So but if you bunch it up, that's what it's gonna look like. And if you bunch it up, both cool. You want to see it in the window? So none of these are a complete blackout.
I hate making a decision. I feel like I feel like if you make the decision, I'll just force myself to live with it, and I'm happy with that. You know, it's like it's like, you know, when you're on some kind of drug, like once you're in the trip, just gotta go with it. Don't fight it.
Yeah.
Then I'll just be like that, you know.
That's that. Oops.
Honestly, they're both cool. I don't know. This one has like more texture. I like texture. Like these curtains are like textured.
Yeah. So that's what it looks like. That is that. That is what you're touching right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the one I'm touching. That's this.
I don't know, man. They're both.
That's where I was torn, and then that's that.
I feel like this one is nicer looking for what you're going for. I don't know, dude. It's I can't tell. I'm not good at this. Like both look good to me, so.
All right, chat, you choose.
Chat, all right, we gotta decide. Look, chat, well, you want green or do you want green? Help us pick. Hold on.
You want green gray or green gray?
Get up in here. Let's show them what you got. Okay, so we got contestant number 1. It's more of a, here, let me do this over here. It's like a flannelly sort of, hold up. Here, come on, focus. Like this sort of like flannelly, not flannel, like, it's like woven a little bit. Yeah, shit. Not flannel. What's the word I'm looking for? It's thick. It's like a thicker, it's a sturdier. This is like a smoother, kind of shinier.
And our room is very like Pottery Barn colors.
I think that's very much the color that probably is better. It's a greener green.
Versus like that grayish.
Which one do you go with? Everybody's saying go with the green. Listen to these guys.
What the fuck? 1, 2. 1 or 2
Wait,
are about the
some
same.
stickiness on it. Hold on.
Yeah. So remember, this comes with a backside to it.
All right. So number 1.
And you have to pull it back, like where I'm at.
No, all right, number 1. Hold up. This is for bedroom. Okay, number 1. It's like this light green sort of woven-y thing. This is like a silkier sort of thicker, but like a darker green.
Like this would be like a dark green.
What do we think we're getting? Anything other than a 50-50 distribution of opinions here?
They said poll. 1 or 2 are about the same. That's not sure.
I know, like which you want, green or more green or less green? Like
someone's like, do you want blur or blur?
why don't we just let Pickle decide?
Oh yeah, see, this is better for them to choose.
Oh yeah, that's a little easier. All right.
Yeah.
This one.
1
or 2.
1 or 2.
2.
1 or 2. Remember that when you make these into curtains, it does get darker because you're bunching up more fabric in an S shape. I'm just doing S shape.
Do you want it to be like a light? Do you want the bedroom to feel light, or do you want it to feel more regal and sturdier, and you want it to feel like light and airy? Like that's the difference between the two. That's how I can describe it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so torn, is because it's a whole different feeling with just a little bit of a shade difference.
That's why I hate decisions like this, man.
Yeah. Do a poll.
It's gonna be in the middle. 50-50. Does not compute. I need real math. I need numbers, man.
Jafar gets glasses.
Dark and regal. You know what I'm saying? The darker is more. But I feel like if you want the whole thing to be like your sort of spa-like feel to it, The lighter one is there. I want to say that I kind of want to lean towards maybe the darker one.
I want to just run down for 1 second and just see it up against the wall.
No. I don't want any more. I don't want any more stress.
But this is not stress. You literally just like, I'm pretty sure the market won't tank in like a minute.
No, I feel like if I go down there, I'm going to stress myself out about it even further because then I'll be more confused.
So it's either airy and light and airy or regal and dark.
Yeah, the lower light, relaxing ambiance. Let me see them again.
Okay.
Which one do you want?
I don't know. It's because like I actually didn't pick this, but somehow he's like this.
Just do the other one. I like the darker green, but also the lighter green is going to be chill.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever. Just whatever.
Whatever. Don't listen to me. I don't know anything. All right, what's going on here? More shit. Let's see what's happening. You guys, like half, right? The dark and regal. It's gonna be light colored walls. Yeah, like this the walls are white. We haven't painted the walls or anything. Just get black everything. That's what I was saying. Nobody listens to me. Black curtains with skull curtain rings. That would be good for me. Everything in here is like dark charcoal gray. If you see the acoustic panels on the wall are like this charcoal color, that's the same color my curtains in this room are. Perfect. Oh wait, when did I turn this on? Yeah, y'all see the neon light is on. You can see how it sparkles over here. Nice. My new thing is to turn it off. Like a chiller, lower light situation. Wall color's white. Lady Darb, we didn't even paint anything. We just have, it's a gigantic white surface with 3 tall windows. And the curtain's gonna go from one side of the room to the other. So the whole, I think it's probably like 18 or 20 feet long. It's a huge room. So we're gonna like cover the whole wall in a curtain basically. Get shutters instead. Well, the thing is, it's not for the windows. It's like there's just a giant white explosion of a wall sort of thing. It's very annoyingly big and empty feeling. At least the lampshade is no longer crooked. How is that possible? That lampshade is crooked because of the way that this thing has to sit on the floor to squeeze between the rug and the wall. And it sits just enough that the lamp just barely pokes the wall there. And it's been crooked forever. So maybe I just got lucky with the dark green. I know I like the dark green too, right? I just can't decide. I'm terrible at these things. You ask me, I'm always so bad at it. I usually am the kind of person that says, you know, hire an interior decorator and then just show me the finished thing and I'll just be like, okay, that's good. I'm more like a producer rather than a director, right? The producer, I'll see the talent and I go, that's what I want to go with. If you ask me to design and make it myself, some things I'm just not good at building. I can look at a finished product and say, no, that's horrible. Do it again. Paint also adds some art. Yeah, we're starting to kind of like finally, now that we have a break between when we're both going to get extremely busy, we're like, we got to knock everything out now or else. We have so many people. The curtain guys here today, the light guys coming tomorrow. We're doing all custom lighting stuff. Before we get really, really busy with all the stuff we're doing. Vance is speaking. Oh my God, what's he gonna say? The dark green is, somebody said dark green is fire if you're Indian. I like Indian decor. I like a lot of the golds and greens and it always feels very regal. All right, what do we got now? It's all starting to blend together, man. Okay, I'm going with the lighter one. I don't know what they're gonna pick, but my opinion was like, let's go with the lighter one. Yeah, like when your wife asks you, like, what the fuck do you know, right? You're like, I don't know. Like, the thing is that she is good at this too. Light one. Okay. But it's like you're choosing between two things that are so similar. How do you even conclude to a decision? They both look good or the same. Oh. What is Vance saying? Says KT Match, when you're a good place to learn. And in his opinion, Matt and Rock Scooter is hands down one of the best to learn from, improving a lot since he started following us. Appreciate it. KT Match, let me see. Did you say something? Sorry, we're talking about curtains here. Do you have a question? I appreciate it. You feel like you're uneducated about how data works, even have passed an eval, but you did. Hey man, any questions that you have, just let me know. I'll help you out with Rock Scooter or whatever. Right now, I'm looking for what happens here. This is a potential trade area. So is this. This is support. This has one of the three things as support. The other two don't really say support. But ARB is getting slightly better, so I don't know if I don't want to maybe take a stab at it. ARB is starting to push slightly positive on S&P. What's the worst that can happen? Iran tells us to go fuck off. Positive ARB leaking up. Let me go see what Nvidia is doing. Why not just have something? 10 S&P contracts. Nvidia MHP. Oh, that's one of the things we're limiting at. Let me just engage in something in case they say or do something. Like, what's the worst that can happen with 10? That's a very small position. 10 S&P, by the way. Might as well. I know it's a piss poor entry, but let me see if they don't spin out some good news here. Not the greatest confluence, but then we just, why not? Trade of a lifetime coming next 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so worried about that, but that's why I'm like, let me just do 10. If I stop out at 65.70, I lose 9K of the 14. I still walk. If I stop out here, then I still keep about 9K. All right, I'll be back. I just feel like the thing I'm looking for is for them to say, yep, we're going to be good. We're going to come up with a deal or something. And then the market just flies. Like I told y'all earlier, when I drew this morning, I said, you know, we're probably just going to keep pushing lower, pushing lower and pushing lower. And then it's a coin flip. Every single time good news comes out, it's going to pop, push lower. And you're just waiting. It's like the right time for that good news to come through. Because this is the last countdown day, right? So it's either really good or really bad. If nothing comes out, it's like, if you were to say, if I had to make a bet, I would say that it's probably statistically more probable that they don't come up with a solution today. But what I'm thinking is they come up with the wait, don't shoot us today. Give us 3 more days and we'll come up with the plan. And I feel like that's the answer. Quote me on this later. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Wait, hold on. We kind of agree, but give us until Friday. You know what I'm saying? This whole rush decision. And I think with that, the selling stops. Vance is talking right now. Yeah, exactly. So with that being said, the reason it would push down is because people think we're going to go on a bombing spree tonight. And I bet you they'll buy themselves a couple extra days. Not that Iran will say that, but I think what Iran will propose to Trump is, look, we want this to stop. Let's figure something out. We're willing to work with you, but we have a few more things. Like, I feel like that's the news that's going to come out today. If I know my politics, they're not just going to sit back and let their shit get bombed. They're going to stop it in whatever way possible, whether it's like, Iran's not going to say, bring it on, bitches. They're not going to do that, right? We know this. If they do, then God help us all. They're probably going to say, they're not going to say, fine, we'll give you whatever you want. They're probably going to say, we'll give you what you want, but we have a few more terms. And Trump will say, we're going to get the strait opened, but we have a few more things we're going to have to work out. So I'll give them until Friday to do that. I bet you it's a delay. I bet you it's a delay. Taco Tuesday, maybe? Sounds more realistic, right? I feel like that's what we're going to get. A delay. They're willing to open the strait, but they have a couple more things, and we're going to talk about them. I'm going to give them till Friday. I feel like that. Right? We're trying to guess on the stock market. Because of that, then why not? So the three options you have, remember, let's eliminate this. Use some math. The options are A, they say, bring it. Right? Bring it. Okay, if they say bring it, then the market just short of a century, I guess, kind of thing. I don't know. If they say okay, they say fine. They just go, fine, we'll do it. Fine, we'll do it. Market pops and then maybe sells off, who knows. But the other side of the coin is, this is kind of like how this works, is you have a middle ground. The middle ground is, so there's a no, there's a yes, and then there's a maybe, right? Yes, but other things, right? Because there are two good things and one bad thing, the opportunity is the long side. There's a no, there's a yes, and there's a maybe, which is also a yes. And that's why when I look at these sort of things, it's like, think of it mathematically, right? It's more, you have more odds of the options going up than down. There's only one thing that's going to bring it down. The maybe doesn't bring it down. If they go, yeah, we'll open the strait, but we have a few other requests. That's good, right? So my thought is, when you're trying to say as a coin flip, it feels like there's more upside opportunities than downside opportunities. The up is really good on the yes, the down is really good on the no, and then the maybe is still an up. A delay is still an up. Give us another week is still an up, right? Taco versus falafel. Y'all are too much. They want to own the strait, but they also don't want to fucking walk to get there. They're gonna have to drive there in their cars to do their job at the strait anyways. So you think about it, the option is you can keep the strait, but you could be swimming across the water to get there, because we're gonna knock all your bridges out. You know, you're gonna be owning the strait in the dark, my friends. So that's kind of where we are, right? Yeah. Trump's like, yeah, you know, you guys can own the strait, but I mean, who'd be able to tell? You'd be in the darkness and be able to see. All the lights will be turned off. So the question becomes, which directions the opportunity lie? The opportunity comes down to, it's not really a binary up or down. It's like there's like three options. Anywhere in the middle is potentially good. Nothing in the middle sounds bad. Unless they say, we don't open the strait, but we'll cease fire on other things. Then we're at a stalemate, that's a no. If they say yes, but we have more demands, then that's a delay. And a delay is still good because the strait opens, right? If they say, sure, we'll give you what you want, then that's a good too. Two goods, one bad. So I look at it and I go, okay. Of the three possibilities, two of them are possible pop, one of them is possible downside. So probably a terrible idea. But if you have to think about the market like this, think about the spectrum of what's possible rather than like a binary sort of answer, like a yes or no. China holds all the cards? Yeah, probably. When is the deadline? He said today at what, 7 p.m.? Wait, what time was it? It's on Truth Social. Hold on, let me look at it real quick. He said there's a deadline. I don't know if that's Eastern time or what time. Let's check it out. there's so many things he's posted. Oh my god, it's so hard to pay attention. Dude, he's spending so much time on. I don't even know. What time did he say? 8 p.m. Eastern? Ah, there it is. I found it. He has said a whole civilization will die tonight. This is what he said. Never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? He's trying to inspire the public, remnants of the revolution. But maybe something revolutionary wonderful can happen. Who knows? We'll find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long, complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people around. He's telling them to step up and in the regime. Somebody says, no, it's just gambling. Bro, it's trading. I mean, trading's gambling. Don't anybody tell you otherwise. Some people are just better at it than others. But if you are to lay out odds, there's not just a, like, if you think about it, like, not every game's a binary game. Okay. There's a win, there's a lose, and then there's a not lose. A not lose is not necessarily a win, it's just a not lose. Think about it like that. Apex said they paid $760 million to traders. Whether that's true or not, I find it to be very, very hard to believe. But either case, payout doesn't mean anything, right? Because they brought in more than that. And I don't think they made $1 billion. Trading is up or down, pick your direction. Aha, but it's not. All you have to ever do is sell options and you'll learn that trading is not up or down. If you sell options and collect theta, sideways is a victory, not just up or down. If you sell theta, you make money. If you sell calls, you make money if the market goes down. You lose money if the market goes up, but you make money if the market goes nowhere. There's an up, a down, and a not up condition. The not up condition is why selling options is pretty favorable to many folks in a flat market. So it's not just up or down. In this particular case, my conclusion is that if they come up with a maybe, the maybe will still be perceived as, okay, we're working things out, so market goes up. That's the way I think about it. Somebody said, technically speaking, Iran is not Middle Eastern. Yeah, the Persian ancestry is not the same ancestry as most of the Middle Eastern cultures. I don't know exactly all of it, but that I do remember. It's a totally different ethnic group than most of the folks in the Middle East. Than your traditional Arabic. There we go. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I'll take it. All right, let's just take it. Locking it in, whatever. Who knows? It could go higher. I don't know what people are saying about whatever, but like I told you, just playing the freaking stupid crap. All right, lock that into whatever that was, 5-6 grand. Whatever. Just found an application for AMP on your indicator. Have you ever traded with them? I do. Yeah, my big trading account is with AMP. I love them. Yeah, AMP is one of my favorite brokers. So my big trading account on my phone, I trade it on TradingView. In my AMP account. It's fantastic. I've never had any issues with it. I mean, when it comes to FCMs, it's a pretty basic service, right? You get your fills, you get good fills, the service number down, get good commissions. That's all you really need to come to expect from FCM. Like, you know, I always try to tell people your traditional FCM, which is what they call a futures broker, for example, FCM, commissions merchant, there's IBs, which are similar, but slightly different. It's typically a computer in a closet with a phone. I always tell people that. You're not going to get like all the bells and whistles of a Charles Schwab. You're going to call customer service and it seems like there's like 5 people work at the company sort of thing. Futures has always been pretty bare bones like that. Even though I'm just joking, it's a little bit more than that. But from your point of view, the websites are never going to be like modern looking or lots of features or lots of, it's always going to feel like it was built in the 90s and kind of froze there. But that's kind of what you got to expect when it comes to future stuff. It never really was on this huge path to modernize itself. The link of AMP. Yeah, sure. I love AMP. AMP's my favorite broker by far. No, nothing, like I said, and why, there's nothing special about it. It's just good. And with FCMs, you just need it to be good. There's never any shenanigans. It's traditional ampfutures.com. When it comes to futures trading, it's just traditional. You can take AmpWorks as CQG, so you can trade it on any major platform. Look at this huge list of you name it. And the reason people like AMP, cheap commissions, but also because the minimum deposit's small. They only require you to deposit $100 when most FCMs or IBs require you to deposit $500. So AMP is the bare minimum. You put in $100 and that's where people like it. I don't know what the snooze is, but I cashed out on it. You know me, if I just get a little news bump, I like to cash out and just make something. I don't know what's going on here. Air defense is activated over Tehran. Fighter planes flying low altitude over the city. Oh, they're starting to try. I feel so bad. The people there must be scared out of their minds, man. That's what's horrible about all this. Imagine like you're there with your kids and you're just wishing that your country did something because you hear these jets flying overhead, you know? How terrible that feeling must be. According to Trump, they're happy. I would say according to my human compass, they're probably terrified. Yeah, it's just a show of force to try to, you know, force them into a decision. I don't think, yeah, I feel like from a human perspective, I feel like the people are probably terrified hearing those jets, but of course, he's just sort of like posturing as a show of force. Yeah, like, you know, do what we want or else sort of thing. Somebody says, I'm wrong. They literally keep telling the USA to continue bombing. I don't know if that's, who's they? I don't know if I would agree with, there's a consensus. I feel like half the people want one thing and half the people want another thing, as always is with humans. But I was just saying in general, they're probably scared shitless. You know, a mom and her kids huddling in the bedroom, trying to be safe. I mean, I'm just feeling, you know, my human side is kicking in. I feel bad for people in that situation. You wouldn't be walking around being like, oh, it's okay, keep bombing. If you hear jets overhead and your neighbor just got their head blown off and everyone in their family got killed, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure. But for them, I think most people over there, at least most people over here that I know that are Persian descent from Iran, their families are all from there. They want the change. They want this to happen. Everybody I know here, there's not a person here. They're mostly here because they were escaping that. And most people here are like, yeah, you know, fuck the regime. Let's get them out. So at least all my Persian friends here are 100% like, go for it sort of thing. But yeah. They want change, but I wasn't saying they don't want change. I was saying it just sucks. They're probably scared. Not talking about what people do or don't want. Somebody said, I'm sure over there they have people with blue hair and nose rings too. Yeah. Yeah, who's the leadership over there? That's the thing. Like, who's really... Yeah, that's true. Who is really the one responding back and forth? Was like someone knows something. Yeah, right. That little spark there. I just took profit on that because, you know, we jumped just a quick 10 points. Like I said, whenever there's volatility like that, I just kind of try to get out of the way. Let me see if I can get another dip maybe. All I was saying was that it's got to be scary if you're a mom with your kids and somebody was like, oh, well, they want it to happen. I'm sure they want it to happen, but they don't want it to happen over their fucking house. They want it to happen over their neighbor's house. That's for sure. That's what I was trying to say, you know, in a personal sense. Yeah, we want it to happen. Just can it happen over there? Like a mile that way, please. You know, like I said, I'm sure it's a scary time to be living knowing that, you know, it's possible your house about to get blown up. So you might use a flow algo real-time options flow tracker for big orders. I don't know. Ask people here. Anybody here use anything like that? Do I use any energy drinks? Or just curious. I'm like the Energizer Bunny. No, dude. I'm like 100% drug-free these days. I went full sober last year, except for drinking a little bit for my health. I barely sip on coffee. I drink a little matcha in the mornings. Okay, so there's something going on here. Look, I tell you guys, my intuition was good. The opportunities to the long side. Always got to go in. Of course, I'm not banking on this, so I don't know what's going on there. But some good news there. Let's load up and get ready to short it. What do we got at the open? Something going on. Who said what and why? Let's set some contracts at the open. I don't know what's going on here. Who said what and why? What are you doing and why are you doing it? What's going on here? Hit that open with the negative resilience. Oh, resilience actually went slightly positive. Maybe not the best thing. That's right. All right, where are my half gap boys? Michael Jackson came back? Is that what it is? That'd be so bullish for the market. Somehow we've resurrected the king of pop and he's back. He's having a concert today. All right, let's see what's going on. EIA sees 226 Brent price average. Well, it says EIA report. Is that what that is? 1104. Some EIA reports coming through. Is it Wednesday? Why is EIA talking right now? Where's this report coming from? They report on Wednesdays. It's Wednesday. It's Tuesday. And EIA shouldn't reports come out tomorrow. What's going on here? Let's figure this out. I shorted 2 contracts. Why not? He hit the upper resistance there. Where's today? What's going on today? Nothing's. Oh, the short-term outlook. Oh, that is today. Yeah, short-term outlook. Okay, that's what that was. We have one more to give away. One more giveaway. My Fun and Futures. All right. Type in MFF in chat, guys. Like I said, I don't know what to believe anymore. Who even knows? Who even knows? Who even knows? All right. Let's just play the volatility. Let me lock that in for another 2 grand. This is just silly. I don't know, man. I've been lucky. I've hit what, 4 trades, 5 trades, and they've been winners. I don't want to stay in this market for long. I'm going to get in, make some money, get out. I could be making more, but as you see, they have, thank God, dodged every lightning strike this market has thrown at us today, which is good. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Won them all. Like I said, I'm just sort of I feel like a cat just like batting a mouse around. I don't think this is smart trading. I think I'm just playing with my food at this point. I probably should chill out for a minute. $30,900 today, P&L. Small day. Nothing crazy, nothing too big. All right, my friends. All right. Where are my half cap boys?
Catch the green wave, watch the profits grow.
Ooh.
Chart swinging side to side. Other gurus, wild ride. Scooter tools, island breeze. Stacking bags with so much ease. Rocket scooter, ride the chill flow. Bag stacking high while the candles glow. Half gap by sipping pina colada.
Can I leak something to you guys?
Profit wave,
Can I leak something? Y'all want to leak something?
cool reggae agua.
500 Futures is cooking up something different and new. That's all I'm gonna say.
Here it comes.
And I know what it is.
When the spreads get wild.
And I don't normally, I mean, I know people and I talk to people, but like I said, don't think I like designing or anything.
Back stacking high while the candles glow.
I'm just saying, the cooks are in the kitchen right now cooking up something good. And I'm talking new plan good, like kick-ass plan good. Just leave that here between you and me.
Like cool reggae agua. Yeah. Catch that wave.
No, not dude, not anytime soon. Not anytime soon.
Life we just
Like,
trade and play.
not like tomorrow or the next day. I'm talking like it's being planned out right now. Somebody asked me, what do you think about this? Do you think people will like this? That's basically it. Let's imagine this, right? Let me just tell you where I stand in all this industry stuff. A lot of firms ask me, what is my opinion on this new thing they want to make? Because they know we have 100,000 people in the Rocket Scooter ecosystem. They know that I know what you guys like, and they want to run it by me to say, like, is this something that customers will like, sort of thing. And it's just market research, right? Like if I was producing something, I would call Walmart and be like, do you guys like this? And they'd be like, yeah, that really doesn't sell here too much. So people like usually run stuff. I think a lot of the folks out there get confused what I do sometimes. I say sometimes I consult. It's in that capacity. Like, do you think this is a good product? You think traders will respond to this? They just want to know, you know, what we think. And
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
what? Did we not make a decision?
I'm just kidding.
So it was like, what do you think of this? And people like it. And I'm like, oh yeah, people will love it. So my opinion is what they're trying to cook up is going to be kick-ass. Oh God. What do you got? What are you selling? Kidneys?
3 for the price of 2. 3 for the price of 2.
3 for the
Which
price.
one? Which one would you like?
Oh my gosh. They all look exactly the same.
No, they're not.
From that angle, they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, he refuses for me to have basic fabric for my office that I never use. So therefore, now I have to custom my curtains there.
No. You work too hard. Let me tell you that there's a thing I have to teach you. See, work is hard work, right? I'm talking to all of y'all. Gather around the fire. An old man is talking. Gather around the fire. So what I have to tell people is that work is hard, right? And when you spend your time working, you must make your workspace feel like a sanctuary, right? It must feel like a sanctuary. You know why?
Why?
Because you must have your surrounding, supporting things around you uplift you to motivate you to work hard. Family, friends, even decor. So when it comes to an office spare no expense, my friend. Like you get every part of it.
Yeah.
Higher, upscale-ish, everything, because you spend so much time there. You want to look around you and feel like you're in a palace. Because if you just work in a box with a laptop in a corner somewhere, that creates mental fatigue, which translates into work fatigue. If you lubricate your surroundings, you have less mental fatigue. If I look around my office, I'm like, life is good, my office is cool, then I have less work fatigue. I really believe that.
Yeah. But my room might not need curtains.
Ooh, those are nice. Those are really, actually, this is actually really nice. You know what I'm saying? Mental fatigue creates work fatigue. Your workspace must be organized, feng shuied, it must feel good. I'm telling you. It's hard to do a lot. Lubricate it, baby. Lube it up. All right, one more song here. We got to get out of here in a little bit, but we'll do the giveaway. One more, my fun if you just type it in. But yeah, so essentially, you know, a lot of prop firms actually, you know, they just reach out to see, like, do you think people would like this? Would your customers like this sort of thing? And the thing they're cooking up at My Funded right now sounds pretty cool. I can't give you any information about it other than looks like they're cooking up something good. And I think you guys will love it. Aesthetics are very important. Yeah, Rogue knows. You gotta, it's gotta feel. If you're in a space that's dirty and cluttered and you get, it creates mental fatigue. It does. And when you're working, you want to work at your peak performance. You want to be razor sharp. Razor sharp. Yeah, Matt said it will be the best plan in the industry. That's correct. It's whatever they're cooking up. What he told me, he says this is going to be the best plan. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know the name of it, or the name they want to go with. So. Believe it or not, My Funded Futures currently already has the best plan in the industry, which is the Pro plan. According to Prop Score, it's the best in the industry already. What a weird trading day today. 29,000. Sorry. Oh, sorry. 30,900 bucks. I'm gonna call it. I have to give you the photo, the surfing photo. You can't hear the song without having to see the surfer photo. Rigged, LOL. Congratulations, winners. You guys know the drill. Go over to my Discord. Don't forget, if you haven't subbed to the channel yet, please sub to the channel. We would really appreciate that. We are growing extremely fast. My goal by the end of 2026 is to be the biggest future trading stream there is. Right in the top. Where did you come from? Huh? How'd you get in here? How'd you get in here? How'd you get in here? How'd you come from? Dude, I saw the door open. I was like, what happened? Where you come from, boy? Look who it is! Pico! What's up, buddy? Let's push the door open. Ooh. He pushed the door open. Whoop. Our goal is to grow to be the biggest futures trading channel there is. We're gonna have 24 hours of coverage. We're already growing there. 20,000 views a day on our streams. Same time last year was less than 10. Let's get to 30, 40 by the end of this year. Winners of the contest. You need to go to the Discord. Link in description below the video. Go to the contest channel. Talk to Slacks. Send them a screenshot of your YouTube ID. Let them know you won the contest, and I'll hook you up with the account. Congratulations, winners. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We have done an awesome job today. I'd hear one more song. One of my favorite songs that Brad wrote for just me. Love it. Brad was like, I wrote this song for just you. That's it, guys. Giveaway's over for now. When Prop Score launches, we're going to be doing a lot more giveaways because we're going to have giveaway accounts from like 50 prop firms now. You think I almost have as many likes as DJ Brad? Let's get there. Let's get that likes up. 600. We're almost there. All right, so they're still rapping about what's going on. Vance was talking earlier. I'm not really sure if that was just the EIA data that came through. Their short-term projections, I think, was what was happening. I didn't see anything else come through the news. Yeah, nothing big. I've been very lucky today just to play this range. I haven't had a loss yet. Bought through here, made that trade, made those two shorts initially. Bought that dip, made that trade, bought that dip, made that trade, and then it's almost 30K today. Actually, no, 30K, 30,951 today. What's behind the name Rocket Scooter? How much time do I have? Long story. I'll give you the shorter version. Shorter version was, it came from an impassioned speech when I was building the first app before we became a platform, where I went and bought the cheaper option from our data provider because it met spec, but it turns out that their specs were wrong. And they basically breached their contract, and we spent a year fighting them to tell them that they were wrong and we were right. And then finally we went all the way up the ladder to the top brass of the company and proved that they were wrong and we were right. And they needed to honor what we had been paying for. So they redid all their infrastructure to honor the specs that they promised us. We just pushed their system so hard that we stress tested in areas they didn't think were possible. And that's kind of what the problem. We found issues they didn't know they had, and they ultimately fixed it. They gave us a year free of use. They credited all our money back, and then they avoided a big lawsuit and everything because we were like, you know, you hurt our business with this, blah blah blah. But they agreed to like all these terms and, you know, honored what they promised us, and they were really cool about it. So they actually thanked us for helping them find this major flaw in their system and this and that. But when I got back to it and was talking to my So we were crashing a major Wall Street options data provider to the degree that we were crashing their downstream users. We would crash this plan and other people's websites would go down from us pulling data from them. And they were like, you know, essentially we were locking up their system. And when the name came about, was we were trying to name the company, we had an idea, and I had some, let me tell you the rest of that story. It was whenever my team was like, why did you know, they were like, Matt, why don't we just go buy the more expensive thing? And why are we fighting so hard just to make this other thing work? And well, it's principle of the matter. We're going to be using them for decades, right? So, you know, why pay twice as much or 3 times as much every month when they promised us we can use this was my decision. I'm an engineer. I worked into the spec, right? It worked for this price. We're going to build it for this price. I'm not going to redesign our whole infrastructure for them. Basically, I told the guys, I was like, why would I go buy a spaceship when they're selling me a scooter and I could put a rocket engine on it and build my own? That's what I said. I can buy the cheaper thing and I have the parts to make it work, and it's a smart decision. And so I said, you know, like a rocket scooter, it's kind of like a spaceship, but you know, we built on top of what they sold us and made it work. And so when we were naming the company, we were coming up with the stupidest sounding names, and as a joke I threw that out there. It's like, we call it rocket scooter, and everybody's like, oh my god, not this again. Not the speech Matt gave us, the rocket scooter speech. It became like a word we were throwing around every once in a while. It was like we were saying it like, why don't we just rocket scooter, you know. It became like a thing that's like, let's just build it ourselves, you know. We make it better, you know. We can get, it's kind of like when you get your ramen, right, but then you crack your own egg into it. That's rocket scooter, you know. You take the cheap thing that you can buy and then you amp it up and make it better. And we put their own egg in their own ramen, chop up some lunch meat in there. So we threw it and it was funny. We laughed, and then when we could come up with ideas for names, it actually sounded perfect, because it sort of matches what we're all about. Building stuff ourselves, right? I didn't copy anybody else's thing. I don't have a single trading mentor. I learned it myself. I built it myself. I came through the ranks myself, taught everything I know about trading myself, discovered everything on my own. And, you know, rocket scooter we built from scratch, from the ground up, off an idea I had. And also, you know, being an engineer, it's like space themed, and, you know, we're all engineers here, so it kind of matches the theme. And we're like, it actually kind of matches what we do. You know, day trading is pretty much considered a child's toy. You know, people use charts and candles, ICT stuff. It really sounds like little kids, like crayons, you know, drawing on a chart. Well, let's just make money. We're drawing on the chart. Here's a shape. Here's a trend line. It's what kids do, right? And so a scooter is a kid's toy. And so everybody's been, that's all it's like, well, with the name, it's everybody's been trading with this, you know, everybody's been riding around trying to pedal on a scooter. It's a kid's toy. So we turned it into, you know, a spaceship. We took the kid's toy and made it better. And so that's kind of like the history of the name. And this kind of was fitting. And when I first said it, everybody was like, no, Matt, that's stupid. Like, don't. I was like, what? Like, come on, Robin Hood? That sounded stupid when they came up with it, right? Robin Hood, what does that even mean? It's like, I think stupid names are in. I think that's popular now. If we were to call our stuff Hedge Metrics, it would be the stupidest sounding name in hindsight. Like the names I was coming up with was stuff like that, you know. Hedge Metrics, you know, like dumb sounding, like over the top, super techie sounded lame name generator shit. I like, you wouldn't even use it. Now you looking when I look back at it, I'm like, Rockster's cool sounding. I like it. And then it just stuck. So we stuck with it, right? But you guys can thank him, Jod, for fighting with the data providers, because he had to convince me at first. He was like, no, he said the issues with them. And I was like, well, can you show me? And he showed it to me. And we had proved that they had a caching issue with their data. So they would fetch data. They weren't caching all the data. They were fetching some of it. They would only cache the popular stuff people would use. They basically had like a distribution list of like what people looked for, right? If you were to rank like how many requests they'd have for certain tickers, things here and things here. Like this is max. And so, or number of requests for tickers. So the max ticker, like Nvidia or SPY's requested the most. Things down in here, they didn't even cache. They only cached what the majority of people looked at. So when you started making requests on things they didn't cache, they would have to fetch the data and bring it forward. And so the problem was we were looking at every single stock nobody cared about and every single option for every expiration and calling that data the moment the market opened. So imagine like a stock that nobody ever looks at. And imagine me saying, we need that stock's data in every option and every sell of every option and every price of every option, every expiration that exists for that stock nobody looks at. Imagine looking at 5,000 options that nobody also looks at all at once of hundreds of companies nobody looks at. The caching, we call it cold caching. The issue they had was that they'd have to fetch that data one at a time, and it would start to cause a delay. Every time they'd fetch the data, it'd get slightly longer, milliseconds longer each lap. and they're running, you know, hundreds of thousands of laps. Ultimately, we were causing 15, 20-minute delays in that system, which crashed everybody downstream. It was a system designed to provide options ticker data for one single option on one single stock, not pulling hundreds of thousands and millions at one time. But they said you can do it, and I said, well, we're going to do it. So, that's kind of thing. Cool story there. The equivalent non-programming way to describe this is there's a warehouse, right? There's a warehouse up here, and in the warehouse, there's a guy sitting here with his feet up on the desk, and he's just chilling there. You know, he's smoking a cigar. He's put a top hat on. He's not doing much. And you walk in the door and you go, hey, he's got an assistant, right? And you go in there and say, hey, I want NVIDIA. He's like, perfect. That's right here. That's right here by my desk. His assistant grabs NVIDIA, hands it to you, comes back. Then someone else comes in the door and says, hey, I want Meta. Oh, it's right there. Here it is. And Apple and Google, and they're all sitting here. But everything else is stored way back here that nobody asks, because nobody asks for it. It's in boxes covered in dust. You're asking for, you're the person that gets fucking anchovies at a pizza place, all right? They got to go in there, and we got a can of anchovies here somewhere. I think it's in the back. Go look for it. They're in the back digging around. Where are the fucking anchovies? Nobody ever orders this crap. And then, we found it. Then you come up, and imagine somebody asking for hundreds of thousands of the anchovies and nobody buys. The guy has to finally say, okay, well, you look for it, and me too. I'll go back in the back and find it. Oh, we found it. Okay, cool. We came back. The next person, there's now 3 people in line. Hey, I need something too. It's back there. He's like, okay, let me go back there and get it. The one guy up front is handing out the NVIDIA and Meta boxes because they're all stacked near his desk, but everything else is stacked in the back. And then those little one-off requests start to have the line getting longer and longer out the door. That makes sense. You still got your assistant up front getting the boxes that are by the desk, but he's starting to get sort of congested up because, you know, the requests for those things are fewer and farther between, and somebody that needs NVIDIA has to wait behind somebody that needs anchovies. This is starting to make sense, right? So everybody was collapsing underneath that sort of fetch data system they had, right? And pretty soon, every round trip was getting longer and longer and longer for the request because the line was getting longer. And so that spawned the raw executor name. They would lightly cache certain portions of the data for everything, but the majority of the data we needed was not cached and had to be calculated in real time, mostly the Greeks. So anyways, I gotta go, guys. I'm out of here. Thanks for tuning in. $30,900 today, live trading front and center. Don't forget the like button on the way out. Click that link. I'll be live on MyFunded TV for an hour, then come back in an hour for Neon, the man himself, will be live, crushing it as always. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I love you to death. Time to go. Join me on MyFunded TV because I'm there for an hour. They get tons of giveaways there. I'm hosting that show in that link. So click that link. I will still be live in an hour for the next hour. Okay, bye.